crazy, just messed up creatures. And the dwarves spend a lot of their time killing things that wander out of this desert. The oceans, when this fight started, filled up with like Leviathan type creatures. You can see on the map the lighter stuff on the edge of the continents is where they fish. They don't go too far out because when you start going out, those Leviathans attack and kill everything. A couple years ago, there was a group of people that decided they needed to start exploring not only the crazy just parts of the southern part of the creatures, but we're also trying to figure out how to get across the ocean, how to get across the desert, all that stuff. And so they formed the League of Stalwart Adventurers. Because this one had a 5-man team, all 10 of the benefactors. And shortly into it, getting a little overzealous, they decided, you know what, we'll just send ships up the shoreline past the desert, and we'll get to see the northern half. That should work. When they got just above where the dwarves are, Leviathans attacked. The ships were destroyed, all except one. That team made it back, and the rest were killed. Now, about half a year after that, they've decided to recruit again, right? They put out the call for people to come to Weckirk, to their tower. They're going to interview and recreate their teams. Maybe a little less zealous this time. Some other background on this world. There are some groups that have popped up that are a little, I don't want to say odd, because what people do is what people do. There is one group that started showing up. They are called the Prophets of the Sands. They've turned away from the gods and now worship the sands themselves, thinking that all the magic from the gods went into the sands. They're weird. And they make pilgrimages to the desert all the time. There's also the Mystic Tinkerers. These are a group of wizards and artificers and alchemists that are trying to come up with some magical / mechanical way of getting across the desert. Okay. And so they have, do all these test things, and usually not very successful. Let's see. Is there any other things that you need to know?
I'm sorry, what was the name of that first group? Was it Stalwart Adventurers?
That's what you guys want to become.
Okay.
The League of Stalwart Adventurers.
Just make sure I got it right.
Yep. And I think that's all you guys need to know, other than you all show up to work. Do any of you know each other?
I would assume not.
Okay. And since Matt's actually recording this, I'm going to go down the line and let you introduce your characters. Hold on one sec, guys. You guys do that while I got to take this.
So I would assume that no one knows Quag. Quag's pretty new to the city. He's a turtle, dressed very simply with unsheathed scimitars, just sort of hanging from his belt on either side. He's got a pretty full pack, and then like sort of almost like a bandolier of pouches, and he's got a couple more on his sides. One of them's like brimming over with what looks to be herbs or grass or some sort of shrubbery, but just very simply dressed, no armor, no nothing. Looks to just be armed with the scimitars, and then he's got a bow sort of rudimentally strapped to his backpack, which is like he's added these ropes that are long enough to go around his shell over his arms, because normal backpacks don't fit him properly.
So Roland is a wood elf. He hails from the forests. His robes are very tight around the neck. He's very well kept. He's as a holy symbol of the god of Reyes. He is a lover of the light and likes to bring the light and cheer to all the folks of the world. He also carries a mace and, looks like he could possibly use it. He also gives blessings for coin, yes? I would assume he doesn't know any of these people.
No. So Arvin Thornrider is a halfling stout. He's got several really brutal and ugly scars on his face and burns on his neck. He kind of looks like he lost a fight with a wyvern, and so he's just does not look good at all. I mean, he's vaguely horrifying in some ways. And don't ask him about it because he'll give you a lot. It's got 2 short swords, that he wields, and he's been around the city a little bit, and he looks like he's been around a bit with the scarring and burns and everything like that. But in fact, he's actually still fairly new to the adventuring game.
All right. First fight is of the Sun Lizard folk, and has actually spent a lot of time in the city, as his father is a diplomat from lizard folks. But the vast majority of his time when not in the city is spent in the wilds of the Sun Lizard's lands. He's aggressively, sort of like as if he were the son of a mid-level diplomat, which he is.
Any weapons?
Rapier, because good weapons other than that for sneak attacks. Despite my wanting to use the whip, a spear.
Sorry, guys.
So I'm Circle. I'm a wizard. I have a beautiful blonde hair. It goes down about halfway down my back. I look like I'm wearing a wizardish type robe, but I might have very comfy lounge clothes on underneath. I'm carrying a book that's obviously not a spell book or a notebook. It just looks like it's for entertainment purposes. I don't look like I have any weapons or that I really have a whole lot of interest in waiting for an interview.
Okay, did everyone get through?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, did anyone know each other? I didn't hear.
Nope.
Roland hopes he doesn't know any of them.
Having journeyed out into the wildlands, specifically going out to the Sun Lizards, Quag has basically traveled around the wilds, meeting with anyone and anyone that'll take him in to learn what he can. So you might have bumped into him,
Definitely.
you might be familiar with him, but he has always been less interested in the people and more interested in what he can learn.
I think they would definitely know each other.
Okay. So you guys get to Weckirk. You may have arrived at different times, but there have been people there, like for a couple days probably. Now you guys know that there are 10 benefactors. They each want 5 people on their team. One of them already has a team, so that means there's 9 that need 5. So that's 45 spots. But when you guys get there, there's like 70, 80 people out around this tower. Everything from people that look like maybe they're a farmhand to people that look like they're adventurers. And as you guys are standing there, you actually see the crowd kind of part, and you hear some like, oh my God, is that them? Oh, I think it is, right? And does anyone like spend time in Weckirk at all?
Roland was he's been in and out of Weckirk before.
Okay.
Like he travels through Weckirk a lot.
Thrit does.
Okay.
Arvin's done some urban bounty hunting.
Okay.
Quag got
So
here
if
about 10
you've-
minutes ago.
if you've spent any time in this town in taverns, you probably know as these people come through, there are people like, oh, that's Dissonant Whispers. Oh my God, that's them. And you see these 6 people come through the crowd, these 6 bards, and they're walking towards the front, kind of strutting their stuff. So this band kind of pulls up to the front. So you guys are all standing, kind of milling about, and the front door's open, and this guy starts walking out, and he's in kind of like one of those carriage, like footman garbs, right? They kind of have the buttoned up jacket, the tails kind of hang down a little bit, right? He's probably like early to mid 30s, and he comes walking out, and he starts like waving his hands, trying to get some of the crowd to calm down. And from the front, working back, you start hearing that, shh, calm down. And he says, "Good evening, everybody. We will start. Oh, I suppose good morning. We will start interviewing people as soon as we can. The 10 are all here. They're getting situated. Some of you will be brought in right away in the morning, and we will work as fast as we can to get through everyone. Know that not all of you can possibly be on a team." And he looks over, and you can see he makes eye contact with this young lady, and he's like, "But some of you will probably be guaranteed." And he goes, "So with that, the line forms over here," and you see the people just start like pushing and shoving, kind of. And he reaches out and takes the young lady's hand. And he's like, "But we will start with you, miss." And he walks her in. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna have all of you guys roll a d10. Anyone who rolls within like rolls the number as someone else, you're in line next to each other.
Oh, okay.
First roll of campaign.
6.
That's a 2, baby.
This many. 5.
Oh.
Yep. So nobody hit. Okay. But the 2 and 3 I'm going to say are close. So Circle and Thrit ended up, and Roland and Quag ended up together. What was our last number? What did
Arvin?
Arvin.
I'm at 2.
Arvin, what'd you get? Oh, you're at 2. So you and Thrit are right next to each other.
Right, bumped into each other.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are right next to each other. And I'd say
Sorry, I
you're
did not
kind of
see
near
that.
Circle.
That is a short joke.
I do not think so.
They aren't.
Sounded like a short joke.
Does
Hold on
Quag
a
look
sec,
like he
guys.
has money?
No.
Oh.
Not in the slightest.
Does he look like he needs money?
More so that.
See, Roland and said, "Oh, you are very interesting. Here, have a coin."
What am I supposed to do with this?
Maybe I take my coin back.
Is it? Can I fight with it? Can I eat it? Is it?
No, you are new to this, yes?
Okay, so
What?
the 2 people that rolled 2, will be the first 2 that will go in. Why don't you guys roll a 20 set? Whoever rolls higher gets to go in first.
11.
Another 2.
I thought it was
Okay,
another
so
11.
John.
just fighting to get in.
Okay. So John is going to be the first person up. You go into the front doors, and you walk into this tower. And so actually, let's go to Weckirk first. Here, let's go here first so you guys can kind of see the city. Why is it not coming up for me? Oh, there it is. So that League headquarters is the tower, and you can see that there's a wall around it, and all the people are kind of queuing in that area where the houses are kind of there. And so, John, you walk into the tower, and the first floor of the tower is just like a little hallway that goes into this big round circle, and you can see around this circle are doors to like what appear maybe offices, and then there's a center staircase right in the middle. You go up the first set of stairs, and it takes you to a conference room. Where these guys are sitting around. Oh wait, sorry, you would have went past the training room first. There's a floor that was just all like mats and stuff, and some weaponry and stuff. It looks like a training room, and then you come up to this one, and you can see them all sitting around the table. And I need. Where are you? Thrit. Boop. Thrit gets seated at the end of the table. And you look down, and on the far end of the table on the left is Leander Wells. And he starts talking, and he says, "Welcome to our tower, boy. We're going to give you some questions, and how you answer is going to be how you're viewed by us. After we invite all the people to be here, we'll put you on a team, and then we're going to let you guys kind of choose between three of us who you'd like to work with, because, you know, if we don't like you and you don't like us, that's a bad deal. So let's start with this. Where are you from, boy?"
I am from the lands of the Sun Folk, but I have spent many a day here in Weckirk. My father is a diplomat here from the Sun Folks.
Okay. He looks to the guy to his left, and the guy to his left clears his throat, and he says, "Yeah, what do you bring to our adventures?"
A thirst for knowledge, a joy exploring, the knowledge of my ancestors, many of whom were explorers.
And why do you want to be part of this group?
I have explored most of the Sun Folks' lands. This seems like a chance to explore lands.
Okay. And then, which one's Zacharias? The big dude down over here looks at you and says, "Tell me, boy, what's the scariest monster you think you could ever fight?"
Oh. Well, there are boulets were out in the Sun Folks' land. They're quite large. Mostly if I angered my mother. I think that would be bad.
And then the dwarf, this guy is actually, so the other thing is, almost all these people are human. This guy is Lotnar Lava Braids, and this guy, and he's a dwarf, and this guy over here is Gaston Roughfoot, and he is a halfling, but everyone else is human. And so it gets over here, and he says, "And if we gave you $1,000, what would you do? Or 1,000 gold? What would you do with it, boy?"
Oh, that is a lot. Can't imagine what I would need. I would take the explorer team that was with me out, and we would dine royally, pay for some grand pipers, and then I would go to the consulate of the Sun Folk and see if the money could be used by them.
This continues. They go around the table asking you more questions. Sometimes they're nodding their heads. Sometimes they're looking at each other's notes. The guy over here, this guy, everyone seems to just kind of be ignoring, like he's a joke, right? Like they just keep kind of like, okay, yeah. His name is Sterling Covington, and like he'll look one way and they'll kind of like push him off him and the other way. A couple times he gets up and walks around like he's almost like ADHD, right? And they get done and they send you out, and then Josh comes in, Arvin, and so you come in, and Wells gives you the same spiel that John heard about, like how this goes about. And the first question to you comes from this guy over here.
I make
And
sure to acknowledge the one halfling in the room.
Okay. He is Thomas Camden, and he says, which one do I want for you? What do you know about the Arcane Desert?
Not much.
A man of few words, I see.
I've never been.
And then Gaston says, you know it's hard doing different voices when you're trying to do 10 people? It's really hard.
Keep a track of them all.
Yeah. So Gaston, the halfling
Just wait
next
till
to
we
you,
talk to the plants.
says,
Or the X-Speaks.
so there, is there anyone that dislikes you? What do you think? Any enemies?
I think there are a lot of people that dislike me, but I don't know that it's personal.
Okay. Why do people dislike you then?
He points to the scars and burns and everything. People see this, treat me poorly.
Okay. That sounds like a thing. And then the Sterling guy is going to ask you a question, and he says, so I gotta ask you, would you rather have a magical weapon, some magical armor, or like something like just amazing?
Something amazing.
Oh, that's the best. You see like the dwarf shaking his head and like the big guy over here kind of shaking his head like, why? But this guy's nodding like, yeah, that's the best answer. And then it continues. And we go on to who rolled next lowest. Who is the
Circle?
Circle. Oh, this will be good. So again, Circle, you come into the room.
Got high expectations here.
Wells goes through his first thing.
Is there a chair?
Yeah, you said.
Thank God.
I'm sorry. I didn't change that for Josh. I'm sorry, Josh, that I didn't put your guy in there.
He's little.
That's all right.
Couldn't see over the table anyway.
Man,
Harvest used to be
specious.
overlooked.
There's Circle. Okay. And you walk in, and I gotta find which person this is. I really should have put their names on them when I put them in this room. This woman here, Melda Brighton, looks at you and says, how would you deal with the locked door in a room with rising water and spiked ceiling lowering tower towards you?
Whose room? Like that wouldn't
Just a room.
That wouldn't happen to me. What was I doing when it started?
Exploring.
What was I exploring a room for? Like, was it like did I screw a spell up or something?
Because you're an adventurer.
Well, I mean, but you're talking
an
like
adventurer. You're exploring.
Like how big's this room? Are we talking like 8x8, or is it like a library size room, or is it like a small room? Like, there's too many factors here. I don't think you've done the math. Like the volume of water that it would take to actually fill a room.
How do you get out of it?
You just go through the door.
No, how do you get out of it?
Go through the door or a window. I mean, if I got in the room, I could probably get out of it. It's not that tough.
Sometimes
Checkmate.
it is.
I've never had that problem. People are always willing to show me the door.
So this horrible interview goes on way longer than any other interview in the place. In fact, Matt, when your character goes back out, like a guy coming in and goes, "Oh, how was it?" You can tell them whatever you want. They only asked you 3 questions. The rest of you guys got like all those questions on the list. Like Matt got 3. That's all they could get through.
I hope they asked me about the 1,000 gold.
Well, I'm sure they did.
Good, because that's in advance. I'm assuming that's in advance. Like they were gonna, like they're offering it to me now. Like I'm hired. Great, I can turn that 1,000 gold into 3,000 real
So
quick.
Oh God.
What do you tell to the guy that's like, hey, how was it?
Oh, it was easy.
How much did they ask you?
Well, I don't know. She kept rambling about some stupid door and some gold or something, and then they never even gave it to me. But it just whatever. It was kind of a waste of time, but it was really easy. Nothing was difficult.
Next up would have been Quag, huh?
Yeah, I think Quag probably walks in and sort of loosens his backpack a little and like sets it down next to him and stands behind the chair and just sort of puts his arms up on it.
So again, Wells goes. Oh, you stand behind the chair, huh? Whoop. So Wells goes through his stuff again, and the whole time you can see he's like a little bit annoyed almost. And finally he goes, "Why aren't you sitting down, boy?"
Oh, well, I'm used to being on my feet. I'm more comfortable this way. If you prefer, I can take a seat, but chairs usually aren't built for us turtle folk.
Okay.
It's not wrong.
Just think about if you had a backpack on and you sat in a chair. It's just kind of not the best.
So the little swarmy guy over here looks at you and says, "So, what's the most important thing to you?"
Safety, survival. Without those, you're not really capable of much. You gotta look out for number one, and then you can take care of everyone else.
And then the guy up here on the right says, What do you bring to an adventuring party?"
As much as I can. Well, I do acknowledge I do have my own shortcomings. I'm a man of the land. I specialize in tracking and traversing, occasionally taming, and, well, terminating when it has to be. Then again, I'm not so good at reading people, or the whole arcane thing never really made sense to me, so I tend to stick to what I know. And he sort of nudges his swords on either side.
Okay. That brings some attention from this woman. She goes, "I like this one.
Oh,
He is very fun."
well, you're not. Yeah, you're pretty nice too. Thank you.
And the rest, a bunch of them nod. Like, okay, finally, right? Like after that last guy or that guy a couple times ago, right? And again, it goes on. They ask you all the questions. They go through it and send you out. And then finally, it's Jake's turn.
Okay.
Jake hasn't seen his character yet because he didn't make his character. I did.
Cool.
So Jake comes in.
Ooh,
looks like
that's
the
what I was
elven
thinking.
Johnny Blaze.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking, except dark hair, but this works.
Okay. And so you sit down and Wells goes through his stuff again. And the guy over here looks at you. He introduces himself. That's the only person I haven't used yet. It is Elijah Atkins.
Okay.
And he says, so boy, tell me, if I gave you 1,000 gold, what would you do with it, boy?
Oh, I would take the gold and I would spread it amongst the people, as is required of a servant of Reyes.
Reyes. Okay. The guy over here, and he's big. He says, "What's the scariest monster you can think of, boy?"
Oh, I've heard of these things that live in shadow. They are called Nightwalkers. They are pure negative energy. Okay. I totally picked the worst possible thing I could think of.
Sounds scary.
It's like a CR-20 creature.
Nice.
I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah. I was doing my homework. What sounds awful to fight? I'm gonna pick that because I'm guessing we'll see it at some point.
So I
Graphics.
created my disadvantage ring, and then it wouldn't let me load it because it contained non-English. It makes sense to me because maybe I misspelled something that well.
Well, you put disad. That's not really a word.
I got rid of that. I changed it. I changed it to disadvantage ring, and then I changed it to John's ring. And none of those worked. So I switched to my ring, and that seemed to work. And then I published it, and I still can't add it to my character sheet.
You're not supposed to publish it because that makes it accessible to everyone. Which, I mean, it's fine, but
I couldn't find it unpublished either. So
The worst reward ever for somebody in a campaign.
Do you have homebrew enabled on your character?
I do. I checked that when we started this.
That's probably
I
user
believe.
error then.
Absolutely. Operator headspace. I'll double check that, but
If you can't see any, can you? You can't. You said you like when you tried to add it, you couldn't see any.
I couldn't see mine. I can see your guys's.
Okay, well I can.
Oh, weird.
I can make it quick here for you.
I have homebrew content turned on. I need non-core D&D or playtest.
Nope. What'd you choose for your ability?
Arcana and Deception. +1 to con. Well, I took the con. But yeah.
And deception.
I should have done that. I didn't even think to do that.
You probably still can, Jake.
Yeah, probably right. Nothing would really. No, I think it'd be worth it at this point. Nothing that I want to have go higher is odd, so just gonna wait until.
Sorry, guys. My dad's back in the hospital, so my mom was just updating me on how everything was going. So
Oh no.
Oh,
Sorry.
I apologize.
Is he okay?
Well, I mean, he had heart
do
surgery
we-
in December, and it's not great, but I mean, he's not going to die tonight or anything. So,
Gotcha.
and so they seem to be nodding. They seem to like what you say, and they finish up the questions and send you out. You guys can mill about outside or tell me what you want to do. I mean, they got to get through like 70 people, right?
I'm gonna ask the group if they heard that cleric that was giving away money. If they know where he was. Did you guys hear that earlier?
No, but now I'm interested.
Oh no, I did not hear about this. Who is this cleric? Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I heard him. He was in front of me a little ways. I didn't see him. Didn't get a good look.
Yeah. He sounds right stupid giving away money like that.
I know.
So as the day progresses, all of Dissonant Whispers has gone through, and you can see they're kind of in the corner, and they start playing, and people start kind of circling around them. And I'm gonna let you know their style. And for those of you who've seen them would know this is like take Rage Against the Machine, but make them play like lutes and harps and crap, right?
Love it.
So they're trying to be as like hard as you can with a fiddle, a lute, some drums, right?
Yeah, I really liked these guys when I was younger, but now that I'm older, it just it's a little too much for me.
And
It's a bit loud.
as they start like tuning up, one of the people in the crowd is like, "Play Who the Hell Needs a Barbarian?" And so they kind of nod and they play their song, "Who the Hell Needs a Barbarian?"
Not us.
Yep. So that's their biggest hit. If any of you knew who they were.
Yeah, Quag sort of like goes to the other side of the square, just like,
Oh yeah, you think it's horrible.
oh, what a bunch of racket.
I've heard worse.
Are there any chumps in the crowd that I could pull coin off of, or?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes. Best cleric ever.
So
Like a chump.
real quick,
Like a chump.
Matt, I forgot to remind you to add your ability score modifier to the ring. So if you didn't do that, you just took disadvantage.
I just added it.
Okay.
I just added it manually.
John, your ring is ready. It's just called John Ring.
So just so you guys know, I assumed one of you would be like, "Oh yeah, what's the lyrics to it?" I did write lyrics to it so that you could. When you asked me, I knew.
Well,
what
no,
does
to
it
ask
sound
things
like?
like that. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to sing it because you guys don't want me to do that. But the song goes, "The fight's about to start. Time to engage. We got no meat shield trying to rage. Running through the dungeon. Gonna get our take. Leave monsters, corpses, and vultures in our wake. All we leave is tears and carrion. All we leave is tears and carrion. All we leave is tears and carrion. Who the hell needs a barbarian?" And then there's like 2 more verses. So, and they just keep going.
I love it.
But it keeps going back to the who needs a barbarian. And there are people that seem to like really enjoy it. And there's a lot of people walking away like, So this started super early in the morning. And it, it starts getting dark, and some people kind of take off to go get something to eat, you can tell, but there's also a lot of people that just stay. You can see they're like waiting, like hoping like someone comes out and what's going to go on. And so finally at probably pretty late into the night, right? I'd say 10, 11, the guy in the vest comes out. And he says, "Okay, so we're going to have everyone go home. They're going to make their decision, come back in the morning. And as you arrive, we will either direct you into one of the rooms for your team, or we will send you on your way." And you hear this like big, "Oh, come on." But he says, nope, they cannot be rushed. And he goes back and shuts the doors. What do you guys do?
I literally have nowhere else to be. This is great. This is fine.
Quag,
He just pitches a tent right here.
I was gonna say
whatever.
that's what Quag does. Quag looks for like an alleyway or something a little bit more secluded and starts pitching a tent.
Well, I'll go back to the city map here.
This isn't my first interview, guys. Just I know how this goes. They
So-
leave you out here a couple
You
days.
can see
and
that
then
there's the trees
you don't hear
around like
nothing.
the clock tower. You could easily do that. There's the grass around the clock tower. Like any of those would work probably.
Where were we at? We were
Maybe-
in the.
Maybe
You're in the
there's-
League HQ.
Probably if there's some trees over here, find a nice secluded, quiet place and.
I'm gonna go look for some people gambling in the tavern.
Oh, you know what? That is a good idea.
I'm gonna, drink and party with, around the band.
Okay. So, do you two try to go to the band where the band's going, or are you guys going somewhere else, rolling in a circle?
I'll be probably where the band is.
Okay.
Probably a lot of dumb teenagers in there that could probably get some point up.
You guys there's a tavern like right here. Okay.
Mhm.
That's where Distant Whispers goes. Josh goes to listen to the music. You two probably end up at the same gambling table.
Sweet.
Because you're both looking for a game, and you can roll. Man, what would you roll for gambling? It's got to be sheer luck, right?
Well, I want to cheat, so can I roll sleight of hand to cheat?
You sure
Sleight of
can.
hand, deception.
Yep. You can roll a sleight of hand.
Oh, my brothers and sisters, yes. I'd love to. What is this game? I do not know what this game is.
You're gonna have to teach me how to play.
Man, I hear him saying that. I get really excited and go over by him.
He's sharking it.
I don't know
Roll
that.
first hand.
My wisdom solo, not a chance I would realize that.
19 on my sleight of hand.
Are you playing dice or cards?
Probably cards. Probably.
Okay, and are you proficient with it?
I'm proficient in sleight of hand.
Well, I know, but are you proficient in? Because if you're proficient in cards, you get the extra plus.
It does not look
Plus
like
2.
it.
Okay.
I don't think so. No.
Wow,
I
really
will-
digging deep.
What?
We've never had like
I know.
tools. I love this.
No, John used alchemy stuff.
We've never had
Yeah.
gambling or
Oh.
instruments.
The guys at the table rolled a nat 1 to try to spot it. So you clean up. They're like, oh, never played before.
Beginner's luck. This is beginner's luck. I do not know, my friends.
You can see one of the guys is a half orc, and he's like, you can see he's just getting really mad. Like his brow's like furrowed, like he doesn't understand how he's losing.
Friend. I'd probably give him a little. I'd probably, if I'm cleaning house, I'd probably let him.
A halfling gets up and storms off. Matt, that leaves a seat for you to sit down.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm taking it.
Okay.
If I know what we're playing, I'm gonna overanalyze everything.
You probably do. Do you have proficiency in cards?
Dice is what I normally shoot.
Oh, that would have been good. Okay. So, Jake, are you gonna try to cheat again?
Oh, I mean, do I know how much I got? I mean, I probably got a pile right now.
Probably. Let's do this.
I think if I see the half, I've done enough grifts, or I think if I see the
19 gold off these people.
Oof. I think if I see the half orc getting pissed, I might
You purposely lose some stuff back to him.
I might lose some stuff back to him.
How much do you want to lose back to him?
Probably 5 gold.
Hey, now it's still a sleight of hand because you're trying to lose it back to him.
Yeah.
So,
17.
Okay, Matt, I need you to make a perception check.
I'm at disadvantage.
Okay. Oh.
An excellent choice.
This is really how my guy would be. So that's a 9.
Perfect choice. Yeah.
Nobody notices, Jake. You lose money back to him.
Friend, see, look, it is beginner's luck. Don't worry, friend. Yes, the light of Reyes shines on you, friend.
He's like, haha, Ozzik knew he'd win. He's still down, he's still down gold.
Oh, he's down a crap ton, I'm assuming.
I really have to say, it is so Matt to create a character for an exploration campaign with disadvantage on perception.
You can't talk. That is something you would do too.
Okay.
I didn't say I didn't admire it. I just said.
So if
You're
anyone
jealous.
if anyone has any more things they want to do tonight, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna have Matt roll a 6-sided, Jake roll a 6-sided.
Oh, I'm gonna try to explain the role and what we're playing here. I got a 2.
3.
So Matt, how much gold do you have?
I only have 10 gold. I really don't have much.
Okay. So you're gonna give 3 gold over to Jake.
Okay.
He's horrible at gambling.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys can find your beds, and there's not much for rooms anywhere in this town because everyone came
plus 17 gold. Nice.
Okay, but
morning comes. Okay.
Morning comes. You guys start queuing up. As the people start getting to the crowd, you see the guys out there as people are coming up, and he's pointing, and just ahead of you guys is Dissonant Whispers, right? And they're like, oh, the guy's like, oh, Dissonant Whispers, yes, you've made it in. And they start walking up. He goes, wait. There's 6 of you? No, only 5. They said the 5 Dissonant Whispers. And they all look around. They're like, oh no, there's 6 of us. So I mean, you can't have 6. He's like, no. They said the 5. And he's like, who's not coming in? And they all look at the halfling holding the harp. Like every one of them kind of turns, and he looks around like, what? You bastards! It's my band. I started the band.
That's great.
And they're like, sorry, mate.
Band story ever. That guy's gonna be the next hit.
You see, like the guy that's kind of the front man that was singing goes, sorry, mate. We got to go with the strength here, right? It's not a musical thing, mate. It's a adventuring, killing things, And the halfling goes, that's not even your accent, you putz. And the guy goes, come on, man, be quiet. Don't do that. Shh. And the halfling storms off. You can see he's just super pissed. And the other 5 go in. I don't know who would have gotten. Well, Quag probably would have gotten there first. Quag, you were you probably didn't see that. You were probably camped out right in front. And when the door first opened, they were probably he's like, what's your name?
Quag.
Quag. Okay. Go into room 3, please.
You got
and,
it.
And you go in there and you see that all the rooms have numbers over them. And so you go into 3 and it's just like this. It's like it's kind of like the upstairs, like where you guys did the interviews, except it's a smaller table, smaller room. But there's 5 seats around the table.
Yeah, once again, he stands behind a chair and he's just munching on, he's got some like dried meats and some like various herbs that he's just sort of chewing and finishing up his breakfast.
Who thinks that they'd be next?
I'd be last for sure.
Okay.
I'm replaying these cards in my head like Queen's Gambit style.
I might be next.
Yeah, Thrit
Okay.
might be also.
So Arvin and Thrit, you probably get there around the same time.
My
Yes,
friend from yesterday, who is not short.
yeah. What's your name?
Arvin.
I'm Arvin.
Yeah. And your name?
Oh, I am Thrit.
And he looks at his list. He goes, both of you in room 3. Go inside, find room 3, go in there.
Okay.
So you guys go in, and then you open the door, and there's a turtle standing behind a chair in there.
Arvin, that is my friend Quag.
Oh.
Who are you?
We've explored the Sunfolk land together.
Right. When was that?
Many times. You stayed in my uncle's hut.
I did stay in a couple of those, yeah. And I do recall.
He seems confused.
He seems like that frequently.
And yeah, he just rips off another chunk of like dried meat.
Do you have any extra of that?
Nope, I'm all out, and he stuffs the rest of it into a pouch.
So Roland, you walk up, and the guy goes, "Name?"
Roland.
Roland, and he looks. Roland. Oh, yep, room 3. Head on in.
Yes, it's the best one, I assume.
I don't know about that, but
Oh, okay.
Hello,
you go into
friend.
room 3 and you see the other 3 guys.
Oh, the man who knows not what coin is. Perfect.
Oh, I know. It's just got much more useful things up there, is all.
And then Circle rolls up, and he goes, "Name?"
I'm Circle.
Room 6.
Sweet.
Room 6. Matt, you walk into room 6, and there's 4 women in there.
I'll just sit down, take my book out.
As you're looking at them, you see.
I knew we should have approached the halfling from Dissonant Whispers.
Yeah. Lost our 4th
Matt,
member
you're
over.
playing a bard now. See, we actually talked to Jody.
Hold on.
She passed the interview, but you
She
didn't.
would have.
Matt, you go to room 6, and there are 5 or 4 females in there. There's a human female that looks like she might be a barbarian. There's a half elf female that looks like a sorceress. There's an elf female that looks, roguish, I guess. And then there's another human female that looks like she has a symbol of one of the gods and some heavy plates, so probably a paladin. And you walk in and they kind of go, huh, okay, well, cool. And you guys sit down around the table and they make small talk, like, what do you think we're doing? Like, what's our next move? Like,
Oh, you guys have never done one of these before?
have you?
Yeah, I've had a lot of job interviews. So many. This is what they do. They send you to the room and they say, we'll be right there. And then a few days later, they forget about you and you get to go home.
For you guys, they just look at you like slack-jawed, like, what? For you guys, the door opens and in walks an elf druid female. And she's like, hi, I'm Sparrow.
Hello, Sparrow.
Hello there.
Oh, nice to meet you.
This is my friend Quag, my new friend Arvin, and a Roland.
Oh, well, it's nice to meet all of you.
Pleasure.
So what do you think happens next?
Don't really know.
No, we are just here to, you know.
Also,
Okay,
Quag will
okay.
forget who you are.
It seems that way, yes.
Nope.
I don't know. I just
usually
wrote it.
remember a face. It just.
Don't take it
Don't.
personally.
I mean, we've got Arvin, we've got Roland, we got Sparrow,
Yeah.
and we got the lizard. I kid. I'm just joking, Thrift. Of course.
Sunfolk is perfect.
So you guys sit there for a while, and the door opens, and you see Leander Wells walks in. He's like the old guy that was at the head of the table. And he walks in and he says, "Okay, so here's the thing. There's 10 of us, and we're going to go to all the rooms, right? We're just going to kind of get to know you a little bit. You guys can ask us some questions, get to know us a little bit. And so that way you guys can kind of like list your top 3 of who you want to work for or with, so that we don't just like, if you guys like just don't get along with me, we don't want you working with me because that ain't going to work. And so yeah, let's have us a chit chat. What would you like to know?
It's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Wells.
It's good to see you too.
How long will this adventure, the expedition, take, sir?
Well, this is like a kind of a permanent job there, son. Until we, either get to the other side of that desert, or a couple of you die or something.
Are you going with us?
Oh no! I'll just be helping you, right? So each one of us kind of bring a little different thing to the table, right? Because we're kind of captains in our own industry, if you will.
What industry are you a captain of?
I tend to deal with a lot of money.
Ooh.
You guys, anyone from Weckirk would know that he's like the hugest money lender, right, in the city.
Is he known for being a jackass moneylender, or is he?
Well, he's known for giving fair rates, but he's also known for people that didn't pay him back, ending with broken legs and fingers and stuff like that.
Quag sort of just like waits and listens, and that's it. Oh, gotcha.
He's also known. It's also known that he's been married 6 times. And he's buried all 6 of them, and most of them were younger than him because he's old.
A bit of an odd question, sir.
Yes.
How old were your parents when they died?
What?
That is an odd
This
question.
adventure could take a while.
Well,
You are a worthy or an honored ancestor at your age.
Oh, no, my mother died when she was like 90.
No.
My father died, pretty early in his 50s, but that's just because kind of the business, I'd say.
Never mind. I will make inferences. Yes.
My understanding is the main goal of all of this is exploring those desert wastes. No.
So there's stuff around here that needs exploring too. There's rumors of different ancient temples. There's rumors of things that were created by some of the magicians. Oh, you guys would also know. I didn't tell you this. I forgot to tell you this in the opening. You would also know that magic items don't seem to be as common anymore, right? The magic items that like there are some people that carry some pretty big swords and stuff like that have been around forever, right? Like they're ancient. Things that wizards try to create now don't last long. Like the enchantment will go on them and then they'll just kind of like stop working. Okay. And so
that'll happen right before I got to fight a dragon.
Well, I got one real last question for you.
Yeah.
Let's say we do choose you and you send us off on a mission. What will you offer us? And
so what I can offer you is I have contacts in every city that have information coming and going. So anytime you need to pick up a little knowledge, I can help you out there.
What if we needed to pick up a little money?
That's never been a problem for me. I'm sure I could swing some of that too.
Because of all the poor people
Arden is
you take
much more-
advantage of, or never? No, I
Much more enthusiastic.
So he, I mean, unless you guys have any more pressing questions, I mean, the conversation would go on and stuff. He seems like an okay guy, but you guys, I mean, like I said, those of you in the city know.
Roland does not like him and tries to be as passive aggressive as
but
possible.
he is not. He is definitely the guy that breaks your legs, not kills you, because kills you doesn't get him money. Right. He might kill your kid though. Right. Like loved one. So he gets up and leaves. Going back 1 second to the magic thing, because Josh said, "Oh, it'll probably work before I fight a dragon." Anytime you use a magic item in, like if it's a one-time, you have to use it, or if it's a magical weapon at the end of the fight, what you will do is it starts at 5%. You'll roll the percentiles. If you roll above it, it keeps working. Okay, but then you roll a d12 and add that to your 5%, and that's you have to roll over the next time.
Why you gotta make it a D12, man? Why you want me to have negative association with the best die in the game?
Fun to roll.
It's true.
Fair.
That's true.
We can make it a D20 if you want, John.
Stop it. John, be on our side.
I will let you guys know, though, if something's like an artifact, because then it would just keep working. Okay.
Well, I'm glad we
the next person in is Elijah Atkins.
I was just going to say, I'm glad we got the worst out first.
Yeah, no, that guy's an asshole. I don't want to work for him.
Didn't have much
I am
to
actually going to
offer.
bring you.
He seems fine.
It is
I'm gonna
known
bring
he
you
likes
back
to
up
place
to the
devices
courtroom.
that can overlisten conversations in room.
Yeah, no, what?
So I'm going to bring you up here just so you guys can see the people. The guy you just talked to was this guy. Okay. The next person in the room would be
He's likely to
Elijah
travel to the lands
Atkins.
of the ancestors.
He comes in, and I'm not going to make. I'll just ask you what you guys want to know about him, and because we can speed this up a little bit.
Yeah,
So Elijah Atkins.
I was just going to say the main thing I ask is what they have to offer for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
What their expertise is and what how they would
Roland
help
likes
us
that question.
specifically.
Roland likes that question.
So Elijah owns like a lot of the farmland around the area. They supply most of the food to Weckirk. There is questions like among some of the other farmers, like back in the day, how they acquired all the land, but generally the families thought well of. You say what do you have to offer? And he's like, well, I mean, I can keep you fed like the whole time. We will make sure that your bellies never go hungry.
Food is important.
It's never bad.
I think
Bill?
Roland tries to. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I think Roland would try to suss out like how big of an ass everyone is as they walk in the room.
Okay, so make an insight check on Wells.
Okay.
Thrit would like to know what sort of exploration they're hoping for, because he was under the impression we were going into the far wilds, not temples around the area.
15.
Hold on 1 second. So
Okay.
15 on Wells. Again, you get that sense, like, right? This is a man of business.
Okay.
He's by no means innocent of everything, but he's an honest guy.
Okay. All right.
And then John will answer your question before we roll on Atkins. Atkins would tell you, yes, but there are things that could be gained that could help us go into those areas. If you have not been up there, have you been to the desert?
No.
Never.
No, I have not.
Well, so here's the thing. When things go into the desert, they change. Have you seen any of those prophets of the sands?
Oh, I've run into one or two, yes.
Have you seen their left arm?
Oh, certainly. Very strange.
Well, then you know.
I do not know what they say.
No. No idea.
Well, I think
Anything else?
the next important question to ask then is, what do you think the most important local adventures. Where would you send us first, perhaps?
Oh,
Where do your
well,
priorities lie?
That's kind of hard. So, we have a
enough.
bunch of different information, and once we decide what our teams are, we'll get together as benefactors. We'll kind of pick out which groups we want to send where. So, we have some places, but that doesn't mean you'd go there, right?
I'm glad to hear
Me
that.
personally, I'd like to extend the farmlands. So some of that stuff around there, where some of those critters are coming out of the ground, that'd be kind of my pick for you. What's causing them things to come up?
A noble cause, that's for sure.
Jake, you can roll insight on him too.
Okay. Ooh, 6.
He seems okay. He seems to be an honest guy. He's been straightforward.
Okay.
So he leaves, and then Lewis Calder comes in. It's this bald.
After he leaves, go ahead,
Yeah.
Alex.
I was just gonna say every time Quag gives his opinion, just flat out, whether it's asked or not. Definitely a bit more trustworthy, but I will note food. Hopefully, that's one of my specialties. So keep that in mind. Hopefully, I can forage for us and find what we need as well.
I did not take issue with this man. So
He's got
My
a noble
grandfather says
cause.
farming is boring.
Well,
your grandfather is right.
Without them, probably starve to death. So
We can always hunt.
only
Reyes will provide for us, so this is fine.
You
Yes,
can
it's
only
just-
hunt so long before there's nothing left to hunt.
We eat
So
a lot
the
of
next,
plants.
And he grabs another piece of dried meat and starts eating it.
the next guy that comes in is Lewis Calder. He's the bald guy up here. You guys would know that he's
Oh, you should, okay.
what?
Go ahead.
What?
I was gonna say if you went around the table, we know the order which we've spoken to him, but this works. I'll write him down. We'll write him down.
I'm right.
Sorry, I'm going off my list.
I don't know where the list is. I couldn't find it.
My list in my notebook.
Yeah, could you just send us that DM list?
yeah.
So.
Here you go. So Lewis Calder is he's a purveyor of artifacts. He sells artifacts, magical and non-magical, mostly non-magical. He also takes care of. He would tell you in the conversation that he kind of takes care of the artifacts that come back. Like when one of the groups goes out, if they find like a lost city or something, they bring stuff back. He kind of determines what will make money for the league and what should be kept because it might help you guys on your adventures.
And that's regardless of group. Like that's sort of his.
Yeah,
duty.
he's kind of in charge of all that. Yep.
So they do overlap. Like even though we have our assigned, they're still all working together.
Correct.
Good to know.
They're trying to figure out kind of how things are going.
Sweet.
When you ask him, what he could give you the most, he says, "Sure. Upstairs we have a vault, and in that vault are lots of artifacts, and no one knows them better than me. So to help you on your adventure, we have stuff that we can give you to take with you, and I would definitely know more about any of those than anybody else here."
And then again, I think now, especially after last interview, Quag would just ask like where his priorities lie, like what he thinks the most important thing is. Elijah thought it was freeing up the farmlands. Like where does he think our resources are best spent?
To find a hint from the gods to see what we can do with that desert.
No, man.
Matt, if you ever want to ask any questions, you can jump in because they'd be going around through you too. Right? Just know that you'd get a different answer than they might.
Right.
I rolled 16 on insight for this guy.
Can Jake tell if his hairline is connected to his eyebrows? Because it sure looks like it from his picture.
It is not. It's just super close.
He's got big old eyebrows.
You definitely get the sense that he definitely knows. Like when he started talking about some of the artifacts or something, his eyes kind of glossed over. Like this is what the man does. But there's something about him you don't like.
Okay. I don't think I trust this man.
The next guy to come in is
Don't have much to
the
say.
big guy. So this guy's huge. He's probably like 6'8", broad shoulders. For those of you that know the town, so about 40 years ago is when the current lord, they don't call him king, is sitting kind of overseeing Weckirk and holds the treaties to all the other the two other big towns and the elves and the dwarves. And they all get something from those treaties. And the Sunfolk. So they all get something from these treaties, and he's kind of, I mean, if you had to pick someone in this whole continent that's the highest, it would be that lord. Well, 40 years ago when the war kind of ended, this is the guy that had the mercenary group that basically helped him take the throne, right? When he put in on his side, he just, like, him and his mercenaries laid waste. And so,
He's the Praetorian Guards.
What's that?
He's the Praetorian Guards.
Yeah, pretty much. So he comes in and goes, "Okay, boys, what do you want to know?" Except you, Matt. You go, "Okay, ladies, and dude, what do you want to know?"
I'm just curious. Along the way, we've had this is our 4th, I think.
Yes.
Has Sparrow asked any questions?
Oh no, sorry.
I'm just curious.
She was even in the room. No, I mean she probably not. As a druid, she probably just is like she seemed to probably like the farmer guy more than anyone because the city stuff just doesn't, like, you notice she'd perk up when like the city guy
Gotcha.
or when the farm guy was like, oh, the wilds and stuff, and everyone else, like when Wells was talking about all his informants in the city, she was like, oh god. So anything for...
Yeah, I'm just more of the same. Again, trying to speed up a little bit.
You're trying to get what he can do for you?
What he has to offer and where his priorities lie.
So my priorities lie with the kingdom. Whatever the Lord wants, I'm going to help with it. That's why I'm on this stupid council. As for what I can do for you...
Actually, probably after that, if that was the first question he answered, Quag went to ask the second one.
Okay.
No.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
When he leaves, Thrit says, "My uncle says there's more to this world than just the kingdom."
I lied. Looks like they saved the worst for 4th.
You said that while he's in there?
No, after he leaves.
Oh. Okay.
This exploration is not just for the king, the Lord.
I couldn't even pick
All
the king
people
out of a
should benefit.
line.
So as the next rotation, this Weasley guy comes in, Thomas Camden. Now he comes in and goes, he's like, well, boys, here's the deal. I already have a team. My team survived, so I'm just here to see if you need anything, kind of as you're breaking the day.
You control the dissonant whispers.
What? No. What? No.
No?
No. My group's name is the King's Ransom. They survived when we sent the others out on the ships.
How did they survive?
Very narrowly.
You turned sideways?
Did they encounter a room that filled up with water?
What? No. What's wrong with you, boy? That would be in the other room.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but we are all working together. We're all going for the same purpose. What makes them so special?
My team?
Yeah, what's their thing?
Heads on the swivel, my man. Heads on the swivel.
What?
Now that's good advice. Yes.
Very strange.
So Matt, I'm gonna. Oh,
Do
you have another question?
you know what
what info they've shared? What should we know about these wastes and what we're gonna find out there?
Well, they went in the water, lad. And so, there were big leviathans, ate the other ships. When the first one came up, they turned back. They happened to be in the back. They got lucky. Had they been in the front, they'd be dead.
Huh. So, okay. So they're not that great, but they just okay. This makes sense.
I should narrowly, son. I should narrowly.
Got it. Okay.
Well,
So
best
Matt,
of luck.
the old guy, the bearded guy, comes into your room, right? And he walks in and he goes, "Whoa, look at this room! Isn't this a pretty room?" And then he kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, well, almost perfectly pretty."
That's
And
Leander.
yeah, they're asking
What a
questions.
perv.
Yeah, they're asking questions, and one of the women says, kind of along the same lines as they said, like, "And what do you have to offer us?" And he doesn't tell them like information. He says, "I'll give you anything you want, sweetie. Gold, houses, whatever you need."
Oh,
Oh, dang.
Is there an advance?
Maybe not for you, Sean. I'll get you some information. Okay, now I'm gonna jump into oh wait, I got one more that we have to do and then we can jump into, just because I've been waiting for this one. So
Who
in
was, that,
walks,
who was that we were just talking to? Was that still the
that was this
Beasley
dude,
guy?
shady looking guy.
Okay.
That was
Yep.
Thomas Camden.
Yep, Thomas Camden. So the next guy to come in is Sterling Covington, our guy in the jumpsuit. And he comes in and he kind of trips through the door and he sits down and he puts his feet up on the desk and goes, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
I like this already. This is
Quack.
good. Keep going. Yes.
Quag doesn't say a word. He just sort of crosses his arms.
You guys probably haven't heard of him. Like, he's not like some big hero or like super famous in the town. So
what do you offer us? Yeah, this is good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Quag,
what
Quag
am I gonna
Quag doesn't
offer
ask this time.
you?
No,
He says, what I'm gonna
Roll
offer you,
notices.
sir, is all the money you need to get by. My parents own a silver mine.
Your parents own a silver mine.
Sure
Money's-
do.
money is good.
Biggest mine around.
Biggest mine around you. Okay, so there's much wealth in your family. Yes.
It sure is. Doesn't it look like it? He holds up his fingers. He's got rings on each finger.
Oh, that's
He's like, I'm
so
so
beautiful.
awesome, son.
This so beautiful. Oh, okay. I like you very much. Yes.
Yeah, I like you too.
Where would
Anything
you
else I can
say?
tell you about myself?
No, where are you going to send us? It's to your parents' estate, maybe? To
No, you ain't going to.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to go there? That's kind of lame.
oh, I
Yeah,
could bring the light of
I was
praise
thinking
to
maybe
your
you could head off
family.
into the swamps a little bit. You know, there's some temples out there maybe from the old world.
Some what?
Swamps. Swamps.
Swamps does not sound so good, but
Wait. How about the forest? The forest sound good?
forest sounds better. Yes, I like
Oh
the
yeah, we
forest.
could send you to the forest then.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any place sunnier you wish to send us?
Like where would you like to go?
And let me ask
roll.
you this, Sterling. Why?
Yes, sir.
Why would you send us to the swamps or the forests?
Oh wait, like the info. Did the other guys tell you? Are they keeping it close to their vest? Am I not supposed to tell you?
I'm asking you.
Oh no, they told us everything. We just want to know if you know the same thing.
Oh yeah. Like there's some old wounds out there, right? And they think that maybe there's some stuff that can tell you something about the gods that can get you through that desert.
Oh, the gods. Yes. I'm very familiar with the gods. Yes. Reyes, see? Look. So we do jobs for you. Maybe we meet your parents at some point. This sounds nice.
Well, they kind of think this is one of my projects, and
Oh,
we'll
great.
see,
Okay.
we'll
Oh,
see.
we talk later. Yes, we talk later. Okay.
Next one in is Imelda Brighton. She is the one down here. She's a taller woman. Again, you guys probably know she. Her family owns like the largest horse ranch. Like she provides a lot of horses to the kingdom.
Horses, big, scary.
When you ask her the question about like what she could do for you, she's like, "Oh, you'll always have the finest horses. Like I can get you stuff to get you anywhere you want. Just make sure you bring them back."
Oh, okay.
Do you have any that are not the finest that we could possibly use in case of adventure?
You've not run adventuring parties before.
A little offended by that.
You can lease their horses.
Many things out there like to eat horses.
Well,
Yes,
I assure you, if we do have the pleasure of working together, I'll do my best to bring them back.
I am not saying we would not do our best. I am just saying many things like to eat horses.
Yeah, well,
the lizard man has point us.
And this is where Sparrow speaks up. She's like, "No, we will make sure that all the horses are safe. We will guard them with our lives."
Oh no!
That's
Sparrow!
Everyone else is shaking their head.
Oh no, Sparrow!
Quag's in the middle. He's seen enough things that will eat a horse, but
yeah. So the next one that comes in is this woman up here, Emmeline Tensley. As you guys talk to her, she's the elf. She has a like a Russian-y accent, right?
Okay.
As you guys talk to her, you can tell that she was an adventurer. And you guys kind of ask her about what, like how she got to this point, and she tells you about this like huge score she had in one of the mines or in one of the dungeons she had gone into, and she'd come out with just unbelievable riches,
bags and bags of loot.
When you ask her, like, "Oh, so like the rest of your party is also living well," she kind of goes, "They maybe not survive so much."
Ooh.
Oh, that's a tragedy.
Quag doesn't pick up on it at all. He's just like,
sometimes it
can
happens.
be dangerous out there.
But she definitely, I mean, she's definitely well toned. Like you feel like this woman could kill somebody.
No, okay. You get it. That's fine.
Got it.
And yeah,
good to know.
Quag again. Just after she leaves, Quag just comments on, "Oh, it certainly is dangerous out there. It's a shame they didn't make it back, but glad she."
Right, you know that she killed them, right? Like she took the things from them.
What?
That was the inference we should have made. Yes.
Wouldn't have she said that when we asked?
No, this is how people operate. They lie many times about many things.
Why? What's the point?
Oh,
it's called diplomacy.
Yes, the lizard understands. Yes, I like him.
It's like a waste of
time. So the next one in is Lothar Labrace. It's the dwarf. As you talk to him, his father the king had his father send him here. He's not the prince or anything. To take care of this. His family dug up the biggest diamond ever in the dwarven mines. They call it the sun under the mountain. So his family's like super rich off of that and super famous in the dwarven community. When he tells you when you ask him what he can provide, he tells you that when you have to deal with the desert, his people guard that and kill the things that come out of there. They have more information about it than anybody else out there. And that you would have access to all of that. Probably more so than any of the others. And then the last guy in is Gaston. What?
Real quick, again, just keeping up with the theme. Quag definitely perks up throughout all this and mentions, desert surely has more secrets hidden, and having been an unexplored, it's having access to that knowledge. Very few people do. He's interested. This dwarf perked his interest.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but what did the former adventurer who killed her fellow adventurers say she could offer us?
She didn't.
Oh. And Quag didn't ask?
He would have.
He might have. Her response probably would be, how would she say it? I can give you tips on how to survive.
Always
does not
a
seem-
plus.
After she leaves,
Priority
Fred
number
says,
1.
That
Fred
sounds
says-
like she has nothing to give us. I don't know.
if we are given horses to eat, we will have enough to survive.
Uh,
The one before
No,
was that.
I'm a bit
Sparrow's like, you can't eat the horses.
I'm a bit offended you weren't listening earlier when I said that's my specialty is foraging and living off the
No, I-
land.
No, I heard, but I do
So
not
what
eat
was-
plants.
What was the dwarf's name?
Lotnar lava braids.
Lava braids.
And then the last one is Gaston Roughfoot. He's the halfling. If you guys
I
were
like this guy
actually
immediately.
the
Is Arvin
town-
taller than him or shorter?
is what?
Who's taller?
I don't know how tall is Harvin. Tall or short for a halfling?
That stouts were supposed to be
Uh,
taller.
He's kind of middle of the road a little bit.
Gaston is actually probably about the same. So his family runs a hunting and trapping company called the Fur and Feast Trading Company, which Arvin probably would have heard of.
Okay.
So they do a lot of the hunting out in the woods and in the wilds for food for sale and trade and all that stuff.
Mhm.
When you guys ask him his question about what he has to offer, he says, "Well, here's the deal. So, oh wait, no, he's the Wisconsin guy. Sorry.
That
So,
wasn't a Wisconsin accent?
No. So, we got all the trails, walking through the woods. We got maps of all those trails. We can definitely help you find all those things, some of the off the road stuff that these other people don't know about. And when when you're loping around out there, some of our trackers might be way out in the wild. If they see you, they'll give you a hand. So you got that going for you,
So that's-
Which is nice.
which is
which is nice.
that sounds great. This is great. Yes.
Do you guys ask him anything else?
Where his priorities lie, where he thinks are the best use of his resources are. Same
Well,
question.
I think just kind of finding out what's going on because there's more land, there's more stuff to hunt and trap. So getting past that desert, that'd be good for us. And he starts after you guys get done. He starts walking out of the room. And he opens the door. He goes, "Oh, hey, say hi to your parents for me, okay?" And then he leaves.
Watch out for deer.
Watch out for deer.
So Matt, after all your guys come through, you guys start debating about which three, right? And two of the people in your party right away are like, I don't know, that one guy, Leander, he seems like the one we should go with for sure. What do you think, Circle?
The pervert.
Leander the prevert.
Well, I thought the obvious choices were Sterling. Then that was the obvious choice.
Okay,
Maybe-
why? I don't know. He seemed kind of like, I don't know, weaselly, and I don't know.
Nah.
You sure?
He's honest.
Okay, so we'll go Sterling, Leander, and who?
No, Sterling.
Leander and
Boy, I was thinking Sterling and Brighton, and I can't get that dwarf's name. Was it Lotta?
Lotnar.
Lothar? Of the hill people?
Lotmar. Lava Braid.
Lotmar.
Yep.
Yeah, Lotmar.
Okay, so do you want the Brighton chick or Lotmar?
No, Sterling, Brighton,
No. Oh,
and
yeah.
Lotmar.
We already agreed that Leander's in. So Sterling seems good. And
Oh man, so it's between those ones. So I'm gonna take out my dice and I'm gonna decide very scientifically.
okay, roll a high or
So-
low.
Yeah, I rolled high.
Okay, so you probably decide on Lotmar.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. And then you guys, what are your 3 choices? Leander,
the
right?
old man may
I
not
must
live
say-
to see the end of this expedition.
No, he's a right prick. We should
It's a shame that. Well, who did any of them claim the dissonant whispers? I didn't.
You don't know yet.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's the same. It's the same thing. They're doing the same thing in that room.
I thought they were already. Someone
I
already
thought they
claimed
were
them.
the
No,
no.
they're just a band,
Gotcha.
and they showed up together. So
Gotcha.
they all went together.
my new friends. I must say, Sterling Covington seems like the best choice.
This is the one in the jumpsuit?
You see-
Yes, the jumpsuit. Yes, he's fancy dresser. He has many money.
I got my pen. Hold on.
he's-
He also.
Today and yesterday were probably the first time he's left his house in quite some time.
Exactly. So think of the ways that we could use him to better our lives in the light of
It's
Reyes or whatever.
a pretty short list.
Right. With the money though, with the money. I think we should not take him off the table. We should keep him on the table
He was,
for.
in my humble opinion, he was never on the table.
Well, now I put him there. We move him to the side, and then we leave him there to look at later.
My God, it is a job interview.
I've got a pretty small table with.
That's this is fine. He's tiny. He's tiny man. We put him on table.
No room for him on my table of 4.
I just think, Quag, we should not rule anyone out unless they are a prick.
Okay.
That's why I ruled him out there.
He's not. No.
So who are these pricks we are ruling out?
Leander, he's awful.
The old man is.
He's
What
out.
about the big guy who wished to conquer for his lord?
I'm gonna.
No,
be
he's
honest,
out too.
I already forgot he was one of the choices.
And the Weasley guy who has his own people. He is gone.
Thomas.
Yeah, no, he's out. He's out. Yep, no, he's out.
I'm glad
So
we
we
can
have-
agree on something.
You guys are
We
very hard on people.
We have the farmer, the artifacts.
We have
Farming is boring. You've said this before.
Elijah Atkins, the farmer. We've got
The redhead with the horses.
that. would be
she's out too.
Imelda Bright.
Wait. How about we get rid of the one who killed her compatriots first?
Also, yes, get her off the list. We can't be
Do we
trusted.
actually know that she killed her
You
compatriots?
I think it
Jumped
is
to
the.
conclusions there.
It's
So,
very
Sparrow?
suspicious.
Sparrow is really pushing for Imelda Brighton because of the horses, and then the farmer Elijah Atkins, and she does not like Gaston because he kills animals.
Arvin, are you
Oh, I
okay
missed
with
that.
the last one because he is taller than you?
Well, he owns a trapping and hunting,
Oh, okay.
Eh,
right?
he's
Okay.
fine.
You are only sensitive about your height when you first meet people.
I don't, none of
Uh,
these, they're all fine.
Uh,
I,
well,
So
my top 4. I'm just gonna show my cards here. Lotmar, very honest, determined folk. Imelda Brighton, and she's got the horses. Something that we can certainly take advantage of.
Oh,
We've got
no.
the expertise with Sparrow and myself.
No.
Elijah, the farmer.
No. Oh, God.
He
Okay.
certainly backs a noble cause, and that should be commended.
No.
And
Oh.
Gaston. Those are my top 4 picks. Do with it what you will.
Which was their first pick?
Uh,
The
I-
tall halfling, the horse lady, the farmer.
and the dwarf.
Ah,
God, the only one that I would.
So Sparrow puts in on Elijah and Imelda too, right? She's like, yes, those two, yes, for sure.
No, the dwarf is he at least has big diamonds, so that's.
And she's fond of the dwarf too. She's like, the dwarf will work.
Dwarf certainly had an honest cause, protecting the people of this land from the desert.
Yeah. Well, on this god, blah blah blah. Yeah.
dwarf seems all right.
Arvin, what is your thoughts?
Dwarf seems okay. Not so much the one with the horses.
Hold on.
Horses.
Oh, hold on. Oh, wait. Hold. Oh, I'm getting a vision from Reyes. Oh, the god, he speaks through me. It seems that no, the halfling in the jumpsuit. Yes.
Well, I certainly wrote him out early on, but if you're patron or god, whatever you want to call
Wait,
him.
Jake. I think you should roll deception to see, or performance to see how good that actually was.
Okay.
That is
They can still act upon it however they
Yeah.
feel, but
certainly not where
So I rolled a 19 plus
Ooh.
4.
it seems like he had a vision.
You don't get to roll perception?
He fakes visions all the time.
The
doesn't he?
insight, though, John.
I only got a 15, so.
I got a natural 1. Well, that's gotta count for something. I
say,
don't hear about
oh,
that every day.
It is. Oh, the light of Reyes is upon us.
Perhaps
Did I
I
ever say-
judged him too quickly.
My grandmother says those that follow the light of the gods end up going blind eventually.
Probably something like that. Maybe. Who knows?
In service
The gods
of the
work in
gods,
mysterious
that's
ways.
quite the offering. That's to be commended if you're so dedicated to something you offer up
Oh.
your sight.
Oh, yes. Yes, very much so. Mm.
I don't think she meant it that way. She said she did not mean it that way.
I don't understand how else she could mean it.
You keep using those words. I do not think they mean what you think they mean.
She says they follow the cause so blindly they cannot see the good in front of them.
I see that you are very good, lizard man, yes?
I'm okay.
So you hear a gonging sound outside that says, 5 minutes, choices must be made, 5 minutes.
So I think it's pretty obvious. Lotmar's. I think we can all agree on him, the dwarf.
No, Roland did not agree on him. The only one, 2 people agreed. Well, the dwarf was agreed upon by everyone but Roland, and Roland and Quag agreed upon the halfling.
And Elijah and Imelda have 2 votes if you count Alex and Sparrow, and Sterling has Alex and Roland.
Yes.
I'm not
Sorry,
opposed to the
Craig.
halfling because he's a halfling. He's got to be all right.
Lotmar has the most votes, so I think
Yeah.
it's only fair. We're picking our top 3. It's not up to us past that.
I will
the
pray.
The dwarf and the halfling.
I will pray to Reyes for us if we disobey him.
I've said my piece.
Let me roll. Hold on. Let me roll Sparrows. Oh, she got a 3 perception or insight on you. She says, "Well, I mean, if the gods say, maybe we should choose him."
I've never been very good at reading people, so perhaps that Sterling has more to offer than I initially expected.
I think if we follow this path, Quag, Reyes will open the way for us, and we will see in the light of the sun or something. Like
She tells you. Sparrow leans in and goes, "Look, I'll agree to Sterling if we can agree on Imelda."
That's the horse. I think
Fine, put the horse lady on the list.
Thrit, Arvin,
Horses? Really? Horses?
I'm sure she has pony, Arvin. It'll be fine. Maybe big dog? I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Maybe a cart pulled by horses.
Yes, cart is good. If we keep Sterling on list, I will agree to have him on list.
So horse lady, jumpsuit. Who is our third?
Lotmar.
Dwarf.
This is
Has the most votes.
these are acceptable terms for me.
No, not the halfling?
Well, I think it was between Imelda, the horse lady, and Gaston, the halfling. and it sounds like the terms of our agreement. Perhaps, granted, you were not part of that, so I'd like to hear your thoughts.
I'm okay with any of them, except for the old man and the one who wishes to work for the Lord.
No, that's we don't want that kind of negativity in our lives. No.
Arvin, would you prefer Gaston, the halfling, over Imelda, the horse lady?
Yes. I don't trust horses.
Sparrow, I know that's not does not mesh well with your beliefs.
She gives you a harumph and turns around like if that's the way it's going to be. She's done talking to you.
Druids. Very temperamental.
Well, I'm fine with either. I won't make this decision. It sounds
Reyes,
like
We have to pick 3, yes?
Lokmar and Sterling seem to be the two that are most agreed upon.
yes. Reyes' will has been appeased. We can do whatever.
I'll leave it at that.
And it gongs. So what are you writing down on your paper?
Who has the paper?
I don't know.
Okay.
Whoever grabbed it.
I'm going to assume that I grabbed it, and I'm going to write down the 3 that I actually
Oh
wanted.
no, you didn't grab it.
Oh, no.
You didn't grab it. Your character, there's no way you grabbed it.
No, I wouldn't have. I would have thought about it, though.
You would have been standing there saying,
And you
well,
would have thought-
actually, that's
You would have thought
vellum,
about it and been
not
like,
paper.
It's a lot of work.
you would have thought about it and you'd have been like, I should probably. Oh, she grabbed it. Okay.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I think Roland would just grab the paper if no one's writing something and just put Imelda down to make everyone.
So what'd you put?
Quag would have
Imelda.
looked over his shoulder.
Sterling, Lotmar, and Imelda?
Yeah. Just he knows how to grift. He has to keep people. We
Okay.
see we put the horse lady down. This is fine.
Sparrow turns around, kind of happy. The butler guy kind of comes to the door and says, "Paper, sir." Right? Takes it. He looks at it, takes out something to write on. Writes room 3, right? And goes, so they bring everyone back outside, right? And you're all kind of standing in your groups. And you see that the 10 benefactors are standing in front of the tower. And the butler guy's like, okay, so now your benefactors will call you forward, take you back to your room. You can come up with your names, or you can go do whatever whatever they're gonna do with you. I don't know. Well, some of these guys are quirky. He's clueless. And so they start going. And you see they're taking people, and it gets to Leander. And he walks over to Team 6 there and says, "You fine ladies are joining me." Oh, and you.
Oh no!
And they start walking with him. And as he walks towards Sterling, he like pulls out this big bag of gold, hands it to him, and then stops. Doesn't go like everyone else that's gone before has gone inside. He does not. He stops. His team stops. Sterling goes, wait, so I got team 3.
No.
Yeah, you guys. And so you guys come walking over, and he goes, but Sparrow, you actually have to go on that team, and you, blonde-haired guy, you come over here.
Oh, sweet.
What? No, I put the. Okay, whatever.
I was first picked again.
If the gods will it, I'm not one to question that.
He pats him on his shell. Like
And he puts the bag of gold in his like one of his pouches.
Roland,
And
do you
then
think we
Leander
could switch
takes
to the
your
horse
girlfriend.
lady now?
No,
There will be much to eat.
I'm sure our benefactor will provide us things to eat. Yes.
Tasty as
As you
horses?
guys
Not
As you
horses.
guys are
We don't eat
going in-
horses, Thrift. That's not what we eat.
as you guys are going in, Emmeline, which is like the former adventurer, steps
Right.
up and goes, "Dissonant whispers, you are with me." and she walks in.
Ooh.
She's going to kill them eventually.
And I do
possibly.
foresee this. Yes.
I think you guys are misjudging her.
I would agree with that. Arvin.
So
My uncle says he knew her in her youth, and she is awful.
Your
Sterling
uncle
goes,
sure seems
we
to
can,
know a lot of people.
Sterling
He
said,
did.
we can go back in the room, guys. Let's go through here. And we'll sit down and we'll talk. Okay, so let's go grab a seat.
I'd like to take a moment to meet our fair friend here.
So you guys go into the room.
The man who I played cards with. Thank you for
Yeah.
teaching. Thank you for teaching me cards. Yes.
You didn't know how to play, and then you
No, I
won.
had no clue. It was all
It was
luck.
crazy.
Yes, it is very crazy. Reyes shined upon me. It was good.
Right.
So you guys go in the room. Sterling stands at the door, and you see him like do this wave, right? And he comes in, and this little gnome guy comes in with him, and shuts the door. Sterling's like, okay, guys, we're gonna, I'll pass these out. You guys can read these. He's got some like papers. You guys can read these. It'll kind of tell you, what we're looking at and stuff, and it'll be good. And he slides who can read and who can't. Can everyone read?
Yeah, I
read.
assume.
Yeah,
probably.
Quag has to take a little bit longer, but yeah, he can.
So it's in common. He slides there's only one piece of paper, even though he's like, here, I'm going to pass these out. It's a lot of reading, I know. On each piece of paper, all it says is, don't say a word. The gnome starts casting something. And then you see this shimmer kind of go around the room. And Sterling looks at the gnome, and the gnome nods. And Sterling goes, okay, guys, here's the deal. Something's really wrong here. And his voice is completely different, completely changed.
Oh, he made a terrible choice.
He says, okay, so here's the deal. These guys put together these teams to go find something, right? And then they sent them out because I think some of the teams were getting kind of close. Like, I don't know who's on the negative side. I don't know who's on the positive side. I know my team had come up with something, but then they sent them out after, to go in the ocean, and everyone ended up dead. It speaks badly. There's some stuff going on in this town that isn't right. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like some of the clerics at Temple can't even cast spells right now. The clerics of I got to see what the god is. It is Oreth, the god of like order and justice. Like his priests are going nuts. They are not able to cast anything right now. And then there's a new god showing up.
Communication with his god.
What?
Oh,
Roland
yes.
is his communication with his god.
Oh,
Yeah, no, definitely.
Work for you.
The other gods right now, people seem to be doing fine. But Oreth, right,
yes, Reyes. Yes.
they can't do anything. And in fact, they started following like this god of the shepherds. Like I don't even know what the name of that thing is, because supposedly she takes in all the lost lambs and stuff. So there's some crap going on, and we need to get to the bottom of it. Now, here's the deal. Hold on one second. All right. So here's the deal. I'm gonna give you something, okay? And he pulls out this bag. He goes, so here's the deal. This is a smuggler's bag, okay? You could put one item in here. When you open it up, you won't see it, right? Okay? You close it. You turn the thing twice, the latch twice this direction. Open it up again. You can get it out. If you guys find stuff, do not bring it to them. It gets locked in a vault. We never see it again. If we're going to get to the bottom of this, I need you boys getting everything. If we find some ancient world stuff, fine, whatever, bring it to them. I don't care, right? But if you think it can help us with the desert, we cannot turn that stuff over. Now, I got to act like a fool in front of those guys so they don't get wise to me. Just so you know.
Quick clarification: you are not wealthy, or?
Oh yeah, no, my parents own mine. That's fine. Yeah.
But, okay, got it. All right. I don't like lies or it's very tough to do.
Forgive my.
I know this was a lot, but any questions?
I was told there'd be an advance.
I'm.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, sorry, guys.
Are we allowed to make a sound again?
Oh yeah. I was just waiting for him to cast the spell. Right,
Oh.
it blocks out. I think people might be listening, and that blocked it all out.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I told you, Leander is known for this.
Now, forgive me. I've only just met you, and this is a lot you've thrown on our plate here.
It sure is.
How are we supposed to trust all this so early in this here relationship?
I got nothing for you, sir. All I know is you came in here. I'm trying to trust you as much as you're trying to trust me. For all I know, you walk out of here, go tell all the others this guy's a crackpot, and then the jig is up. So we're kind of putting some mutual faith here.
Quag, I must. Well, Quag, I think that. Oh, sorry. I won't interrupt you. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that was my initial reaction. If I'm being truthful with you, I thought you were a bit of a crackpot, but Roland convinced me otherwise. So, Roland,
Kind of winks at Sterling.
There you go. Now, I have to act like a buffoon in front of them, which is one of the reasons I had to trade Leander a player. I'm sorry that we got this guy. No offense, man. Your answers were out there. But if I didn't do that, if I didn't let him kind of push me like that a little bit, it would have looked weird. So, he got the girl. You guys got him.
It is okay. Sparrow was not the one for this.
She didn't like to eat horses like the lizard man does. So
I would say she liked the horses more than.
Didn't like to eat them. Didn't like to eat the horses.
Well, that's exactly the opposite of what our fair maiden Imelda asked of us. So.
Yeah. Well, she's not our
Those
fair
are
maiden.
good horses.
So here's
that
what we need to do, gentlemen. We need to figure out who in this group of benefactors is not on the up and up. We need to figure out what's going on with the gods. We need to figure out how to cross that damn desert or that ocean, one of the two, I don't care which, to figure out what's going on in the great big world. We need to keep up appearances like we're actually doing these little quest things they're sending us on. And the last thing is, I've heard tale of a group called the Brotherhood. I don't know who they are, what they are, but they've been up to no good and acquiring stuff.
Started making trouble in the neighborhood.
Got a one big bad fight.
My mom got scared. She said, "You're moving with the auntie."
So here's the deal, guys. I'm gonna give you this bag, right? So if you think something that shouldn't go to them, right? I mean, I don't know if you met that Calder guy. He's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
That'd be the artifact guy.
Okay.
And so
not at the top of my list, but certainly up there.
One item you can kind of slip it in there, maybe get it by him, right? It's good to go. I'll give you some money, right? So you guys have some spending stuff. Actually, and he reaches into a pouch and he pulls out these cards, and they are silver cards, right?
Ooh.
And they actually say Covington on them. He goes, "Look, you take this to an inn, and they'll feed you, right? Like, don't go crazy, because my dad thinks this is kind of wild. He might stop it, but get food, get lodging, right? I got you hooked up."
Are they one use piece? Or?
Oh no! You show that to them. That's our marker. They know that you're good. They'll bill my dad. It's all good. He knows. He thinks this is one of my projects.
Fair enough.
And then lastly, we get to go up to the vaults at some point, and kind of get you guys a little something to help you out.
Excellent.
That sounds nice.
Now they'll come let us know when it's time. But we got to kind of wait.
And I do apologize, but who is this? And Quag sort of points over to the gnome.
To who? Oh, oh, that's just Bitch, man. Bitch is my guy. He kind of put that spell around here so they couldn't hear us. He's been working for my family for years. He kind of actually got me into this, right? About truth be tell. You know, I'd probably just be
trust
drinking and sleeping if it weren't for him.
Just
That
figured
does
it'd
not
be,
sound so bad.
important to know this. Thank you.
Oh
Good
yeah,
to meet
totally,
you,
totally.
Bits.
Bits tells you, yeah, nice to meet you guys too. I hope this all goes well so we can figure out what the bleep is going on here.
Yes.
Wait, did I
definitely.
just get a job?
It
Yes.
appears that way,
Ah.
Circle.
Welcome to the team there, Circle.
Who are you? What's your deal?
Yeah, this doesn't seem right.
He
What?
asks a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, the other thing is you guys need to come up with like a name for the group, right? Like it's kind of their thing. These old dudes, it's weird, man, but whatever.
Oh,
Circle and the Jerks.
No.
No.
I mean, I've never been very good at coming up with names, but all I could think of is something along the lines of the Weckirk Wanderers. But
It sounds way better than that other one. Let's do that.
Yeah.
that's sort of what
Okay.
I've been doing most of my life, just wandering. So figure
Oh,
it
it is
Weckirk.
the
fit.
Wanderers.
It's
Okay, so
where
here's
we
the deal.
originated.
Here's the deal, guys. I'm gonna let this kind of go down. I'm gonna have Bits shut it down. That means kind of ixnay on some of the crazy talk stuff, so that they don't get wise to us. And I'm gonna go back to my numbskull routine. They'll probably come collect the name, and then let us all know the names of all the other teams, and then we'll get our turn up at the vote, and we can kind of think about what we want to do first from like the little book they'll give us on adventures.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Excellent. Anything before Bits takes it down?
No.
Do you know anything about any of the others, or
Any
they are all
other?
suspect?
I mean,
Is there anyone we can rule out right away?
as like being bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
if I had to,
being,
if I had to
is there
pick
anyone you
someone,
know is a good person?
if I had to pick someone, it'd probably be Lopmar. He kind of came into this like as like that emissary instead of like, hey, let's start this.
Okay.
I'm also gonna be honest, that Blythe guy got kind of thrown into it too. Like it wasn't his idea either, right? Some of these other guys all kind of got together and were like, hey, let's start this. But them two kind of got just thrown in.
Okay.
Right? One was told by like the Lord, and one was told by like the King of the Dwarves. So I mean,
Yeah,
unless the King of the Dwarves is in on it,
But you don't know that for sure. That's just sort
No,
of
that's
gut
that's
feeling.
just what I've been kind of observing.
We'll look into them
Fair
last.
So Bits like takes it down. You see the shimmer kind of go down the walls. And Sterling sits down, puts his feet up, like he's some like trying to be some hot shot.
Mm-hmm.
The butler guy comes, knocks on the door, and he goes, "Do you have your name?" And so he goes, "Oh yeah, right here. Here you go, sir. It's a great name too. Like I was thinking about Sterling and the Silver Crusaders, but they went with this. That's fine." And he takes it and leaves. A little while later, he comes back, and he knocks, and Bits opens the door, and he hands them this book, I don't know, a few pages or whatever. Hands it to him, and he walks it over, sets it down, and you see the list of names is the first page. So, Leander Wells' team is lucky number 7. Elijah Atkins is Weckirk's bounty. Lewis Calder's team is Lost Nation. Zacharias Blythe is the regiment. You got Camden's, that's the King's Ransom. Imelda Brighton are the Nightmares.
Nice.
Emmeline
That's good.
Hensley is, of course, Dissonant Whispers. Lopmar Lava Braids is Low Ground. And you guys would have heard or seen, or you will eventually see, it's all halflings, dwarves, and gnomes. Like there's no one above like the small folk, right? And then Gaston they call their group the Pack, just so he can say, "Go Pack, fuck the beers." And so then the next thing, he lays out some pages, and you can see that they're like details on different. I'm gonna go back to the map so we can see this on different places of interest that they have some intel for. So one of them is way over here. If you go back to the did I move you to the continent?
Yes.
I did. Okay, good. One of them is way over here near the swamp lizard, like on the other side of the continent. One of them is actually at the bottom of the forest over here. I actually draw little dots. Freehand. I don't like that color. We're going to use yellow. So one's right here. One is up here. One is near the base here. Right? And one is like out right there. So these are the four that you guys got dealt. Sterling would tell you that there were more than these, but they kind of, broke it up maybe by talents or some of the other people might have paid to try to get closer to the town, so their people stay around here. He's like, I didn't get into that. I just wanted to see what they'd send me. And so this is kind of the four that you guys have the options of. When you look over them, the one near the swamp lizardmen says ruins of an ancient temple. Not sure what god. You will have to traverse through like the swamp lizardman area. The one down here near, I will switch back to that. Down here at the bottom of the forest, it says ruins of ancient city, or ancient city is kind of, it'll say like city's kind of being, very
Quotation marks, city.
Yeah, city. It's not obviously huge. The ruins have what appear to be rubble, and most buildings are not intact at all. You guys would know that up here is kind of where the Tabaxi are, in their like tree city. So it's not super close to their land, but I mean they would be there. This one is listed as possible bandits. An old abandoned like hunting lodge that they've taken over and have fortified in other ways. And then this one says weird disturbances, possibly something from desert ? So Sterling would ask you guys, hey, what do you think, guys? What are you thinking about doing?
That is quite the question.
And he's like, man, I don't know. Like, I don't know any of these things are good or bad. I mean, the bandits is bandits, right? But I don't know. Maybe you'd learn something.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Sterling. If we pick one now, do we go to the others later, or is this one and done?
Well, I mean, it would depend on what we found at that one, what other people found.
How long it takes. Fair enough. I personally think either the weird disturbances near the desert or perhaps the bandits are the most pressing. I take it these ancient or old relics and cities, they've been there a while already. What's a few more days or weeks? But then again, I have no proficiency or benefit on history or arcana that we may find there.
I mean, exploring ancient cities sounds.
I have no preference. That's just my thoughts.
Exploring an ancient city does sound interesting.
I just worry for the locals is all.
Yes, that also is a thing. Maybe the bandits is our best bet.
Or perhaps the desert. I mean, that it certainly seems like more dangerous creatures may reside in those parts.
Do they? Yes, this is a thought.
What's the one with the lowest chance of fighting?
Oh, a circle. I'll keep you safe. The light of Reyes will shine on you.
What is it exactly that you offer to this here group there, Circle?
Man, my charming personality.
Right.
Oh no. Okay.
Well, we'll keep that in mind if we find any.
It doesn't sound like you have much interest in fighting. Does that mean you're a healer, perhaps, or?
No, not at all. You see,
Oh.
so I ended up here because my girlfriend's dad said that I needed a job. So he's been applying for me all over, and it just hasn't worked out until now, apparently.
And so, what do you normally do?
Oh boy, I mean, I'm self-employed, kind of a freelancer.
A freelance.
You're good at
what?
playing cards.
I play cards and dice and darts.
Mm. Oh, you should play cards against him. He is a good player.
Never
Well,
understood the draw personally.
That's
Yeah,
the
fun.
third. That's the fourth card that's played. It's not that complicated. There's only 5 cards total.
Didn't say I don't understand. Just don't get the draw of it.
That's the fourth card that's played.
Hmm.
Everybody gets it.
Don't. Again, I get the concept. I just don't understand why people play it.
It
This
can
will
be
be
fun.
fun.
Sometimes you just got to pass the time.
There's
this is
certainly
going to be a
more-
fun adventure. This will be
Sterling
so.
asked you guys what do you guys which one do you think you're gonna go with?
Once again, I've made my piece known.
I don't like the
bandits-
bandits one.
No, they're closest. We just knocked that one out, you know.
Bandits do endanger the lives of any potential travelers.
They usually prey on the weak.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So on the roads, the Thomas Camden guy, there are. I'm actually gonna do. Let's do this here. There are these watchtowers, basically like they're little, like very small keeps, not even.
Yeah.
So there's one here, and there's one here. There's one here, and then there is 2 on this road. So basically what it is they've set up these little like guard tower things so that people at merchants and stuff along the road will tend to camp there. They are armed, or they are manned by his like security force, and they watch out. They'll also sell food there and some other supplies. You guys have probably heard that sometimes they'll also, want some sort of toll every once in a while. Like if you get the wrong guard and you look the wrong type, and it's not always nice. But going through the lands, this is a typical D&D world, right? Points of light in a world of darkness type thing. So when you go off the beaten path, you never know. There are some smaller villages out in the area, especially this area because it's a lot of farmland. but I mean it's like podunk farm places, right? There's no cities anywhere but these three: the elf and the
So Arunmore is where the
elves live.
just to clarify. So Arunmore is that's where the wood elves live.
Yeah. Well,
Is it,
that's,
or is
no,
just
that's where
all
the
elves?
high elves
Back
live. The wood elves would live out in the woods over here. And the I just moved the map. Gosh darn it.
Oh, okay.
I really should have made it map. And then the Tabaxi live on this side up near the where that road comes in. So
Oh, okay.
and then those blue things are the towers along the way.
Yeah.
Were
They
there
don't
no
have-
answers or anything tonight?
Looking at this map, looking at this map, I feel like we should do do this bandits thing or go as far away from here as possible.
So the last thing I'm going to tell you as players, this is not character stuff. If you take your snap tool, right, and you go like this, boop, 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 boop,
Yeah.
right? See how it's 20 feet to
That's really close.
right.
Oh,
Not that
Add
far.
a 0 and
That's
change
my
it to
distance.
miles.
okay, got
So
it.
anything on here, you add a 0 and change it to miles. So that's 50 miles, right? So this
Right.
one is 100 miles,
Oh, that's a long.
150, 200 miles.
That's a long way.
Now, every 100 miles, I am going to have you roll on my possible chance of encounter
So,
table. that I made.
Cool.
before we leave, though, did we want to see what happened with that halfling? Maybe he started his own group, and we can just stay and watch him for a while, a few weeks.
No, we should leave. Circle. We should go.
So there's
But you
not
really liked
door.
his music. I was enjoying it.
Yeah, there's not
No,
door.
no, his music's not that good.
The butler's come back. And he says, "Okay, it is your time at the vaults." And Sterling, in his high squeaky voice again, is like, "Guys, which one are you going for? Just so we know when we go up to the vaults, like what we might want to send you with."
I have no preference.
Let's deal with the bandits.
Useful at this point.
Let's deal with the bandits. They're closest.
They
Bandits
present,
are pricks.
They present the biggest immediate danger. That's certainly true.
I'm familiar with dealing with banditry, so sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you guys follow the butler guy,
Threat
and you guys
circle.
go up.
Thoughts?
Bandits
Yeah.
are fine.
Bandits are terrifying.
It'll be an
45.
adventure.
Okay.
Roll and slap
So you
Circle
guys-
on the back really hard.
Are on the first floor here.
Plus 3 points.
And this isn't a great map, but it is what it is. So you guys would, from the door, be in room 3. So if you go like left around, you'd be in this one right here. Boom. That's your little like conference room.
Okay.
You go up the spiral stairs. You go to the second floor, which is like the training floor, right? There's mats on the ground, there's weapons against the wall. There's probably dummies to fight, stab, all that stuff. Then you go down to the bottom, and there's stairs going up, and it takes you to the conference room floor, right, where you guys already saw. The people aren't actually in the room; they're just there because I didn't want to move them. And you go to the top, and there's another set of stairs that goes up, and then it goes to the 4th floor, and that's the library. And you can see that there's all these books of all sorts of things. And then another center stairwell. And I didn't design the top floor yet because I couldn't do what I wanted yet. So I'm working on it.
But that's the vault.
Yeah, basically the top floor, you go up there and there's 2 like vault doors, right? One of the vault doors is on your right. So like if we're in the library and let's say this was the top floor. So one's over here on the right and the other one's over on the left. But like a stairwell, and I'd say, let's say here, let's go to the snap thing. So if you look at the stairwell in the middle, the only open space is probably like around like that. Everything else is wall. So you figure the vaults are pretty big.
Cool.
Are there any books on how to encounter bandits, like how to handle that?
Are you going to stop and look as
Yeah,
they're
we're
leaving?
I am
over here?
absolutely going to, yeah.
Okay, so Circle stays on the library floor and starts looking through the books. You guys are up there. So when you get up there, Sterling's like, okay, guys, so over there on that side, that's the money vault, right? So if we need to get you some money or something, like we can take some out of there if we have something big that we have to buy, anything like that. But you guys are good. I got you covered there. On this side is more of the antiquities. And so they go over there, and the butler guy like looks at all of you and is like, turn around.
Can Roland try to look over his shoulder?
You could try.
Quag just does it. Doesn't question it.
Okay. Anyone else?
Stealth or?
Yeah, probably.
Or what? Oh shoot! I have disadvantage on these. That's not so bad. 13, I guess.
So he like leans down and starts clicking, and he kind of looks over and catches you looking. He's like, "Hey!"
Oh, so sorry. I misunderstood.
And he like turns a thing, does a couple other things. Like you don't see it all, and he opens the door. So you guys go into this vault, and as you walk in, there are shelves and shelves of different things. Some of it just looks like old broken rock, maybe in the shape of like a person or something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Imagine a statue that like was broken, buried for hundreds of years or something. And he starts leading you, and you can see like near the door was kind of really old, kind of crusty stuff. The next section is like this, like the things just gleam, right? Like swords, shields, all this stuff. They just look pretty. He keeps waving you down, and you finally get to this last area, and you pass a couple other areas with like different things, right? And you get to the last area, and on the table is there's a table there, some chairs, some stuff to like examine. There's just 4 objects, and he's like, okay, so here's your choices, boys. You got some sending stones, and basically they're walkie-talkies, right? So like you can get in touch with Sterling here. We got a blessed orb, and it looks like this like bluish glass orb. And he's like, okay, so this is how this works. And he explains it to you in like real world terms. But what it does for you is it takes 1 action. It can be used once a day. When you activate it, everyone of your choice within 40 feet get +1 to their attack. So it's basically like a bless, kinda. Right? Next one, you see this like jar of berries. They're like a bluish color, but they kind of are almost iridescent where like the light hits them and it's a little different color blue. He says, so these are bellberries, right? And again, he explains, whatever it would do for you in the real world. What it would do for you is when you eat one of these bellberries, for 10 minutes, you get +3 hit points. Your maximum goes up by 3 and you gain those right away. There's 16 of them in the jar. Once you eat them, they go away. And then the last one, he says, so this is the music box of pleasant dreams. And what it does is it plays a song of rest. So like the song of rest a bard can do.
Nice.
It'll play for you. Now, the orb and the music box have that starting at 5% and going up. I am going to have you roll, right, a d12 right away to see what's added to it before you even got it because they've used it and stuff. The berries, obviously, you only get 16, and the sending stones are just permanent. So,
How many?
There's 2. So, like, you could leave one with Sterling and keep one, or you guys could use it yourselves, whatever.
No, I think we want to leave one with Sterling so that we can.
Yeah, but you only get one of these items, so you got to choose.
My grandfather says the berries give you the trots after the.
Well, we definitely do not want the trots.
Where I come from, the trots are just a faster form of movement. No, you trot along.
No, I think that means you shit yourself, right? Is that what I'm getting from this?
Well, to trot to the latrine versus walk. Yes.
Yeah.
You still go faster though, so that's a plus.
Everything goes faster.
Right.
It's the titanium two-step.
Yeah, we don't want to get shits, so I say we go for one of the other ones. My money is on the orb here.
I would say the orb or perhaps the sending stones.
Yeah.
It does seem useful to be able to talk to our benefactor.
And
Call for backup.
And Sterling, let me ask you this: is this a permanent addition, or is this just for this here mission?
No, yeah. Well, you guys get to keep.
Yeah. Maybe we take the sending stones. So be useful longer.
He kind of gives you guys like a nod and kind of like nods towards like bits as if like, you know, someone roll. Actually, all of you roll insight.
Am I in that room yet, or am I still looking at books?
Oh no, you're looking at books. You don't get to
Okay.
roll insight.
I got a 5.
Ooh.
Oh, love it.
13, Jake?
Yeah.
John?
8.
Oh Jesus. So Roland, you think that he's giving you the sense of like I got a wizard, like, you know, you don't need to like, you know.
Oh, maybe the orb is best then.
I don't know. These sending stones seem pretty useful.
But what?
I don't know that much about magic, so
I've been known to go off on a scouting mission to be helpful, to be able to talk to y'all.
Now, Roland, you do think that though, right? Like amongst you guys, it might be good.
Yeah, sure.
So like as he says, like, hey, I've been known to go off. You like kind of get like the, oh, we could probably get a hold of Sterling, but maybe, yeah.
No, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, that is to be some sense.
So you guys can choose whichever one you want.
I was just trying to be argumentative.
No, I mean it's a good point. And I think it would solidify Roland's like thought process on it, right?
Yeah, I think the sending stones sound the best. Yeah, let's do
Is that what you guys are going with?
Yeah, then yeah. Sure. I say yes.
Is John trying to say something? His bar keeps going up, but is John mute?
I've learned to not look a gift horse in the mouth, so I'm fine with whatever we pick.
All right.
Also, don't look it in the ass either. That is bad.
I don't know why you would. I typically try not to.
So Matt, as they're upstairs doing all this, you do not find a book on how to avoid bandits.
Yeah.
But roll a d20 for me and tell me what you get.
19.
19. Okay, let me look at my book list here and see what a good roll would get you. So you do not find a book on how to avoid bandits, but you do find a book on it's like a bestiary, so it has like different monsters of the land.
Perfect.
And it tells you different like things about those monsters. Like someone cataloged this at some point.
Sounds right up my alley.
Do you go join them or do you wait for them to come down?
No, I'm not going anywhere. I got a book.
Okay. Cool. So you guys take the sending stones, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Seems that
then you guys have a pair of sending stones.
Cool.
Basically like walkie-talkies. And they'll lead you back out and down the stairs, and you guys see Circle reading a book.
I can tell you are going to be a very useful member of this party, Circle.
I agree.
The butler looks at you, Circle, and says, would you like to check the book out?
I'm almost done with it.
Oh, okay.
Just sit there.
pretty impressive reading it that fast.
And he brings you back downstairs, and so he says, "Oh, you don't need to go in the room. We can just go, out in the city and see what's going on,
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
And he's like, should we get the other guy?
Which one?
The
wizard?
Yeah.
He's a wizard?
Oh, sorry, maybe I didn't know that.
Fooled me.
Yeah, the studious one who plays cards.
Yeah, the bookworm.
Do we need him or?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you never know. Maybe he has hidden depths.
When are we leaving on this here expedition?
Whenever you want.
Maybe it's best to get him and prepare him as best as we can.
Yeah, that's fine. Roland will go back and get him.
All right, so you guys go back in, and it's probably getting towards evening. I mean, it's been a day of like talking and then being chosen, and then all that stuff. So do you guys want to leave?
Head up first thing in the morning? Get a decent
so you guys
sleep.
want to find an inn? Do you want the Wandering Goat or the Rusty Mug?
Which one has more gambling and debauchery?
Let me look here.
I've always found these so uncivilized. I might go find
probably the Rusty Mug
to stay tonight.
You're going where? So we can find you. You sure you don't want to drink with us? Look, we're celebrating. We have jobs and
Rusty Mug.
I've found that
patron,
old stinky.
Taking part in those types of behaviors might take away from your ability to perform the following day.
Oh, no, that never. I always perform.
Nope,
solid performer all the time. Come, have a drink with us.
If you insist.
There you go. That's what I was looking
Maybe
for.
we learn how to play cards from Circle.
Wrong thing. So I'm gonna put him there. I'm gonna put this guy there.
Yeah, Quag takes some convincing, but he'll join.
And then
We're going to be adventuring together. We may as well get to know each other.
I need people in here. That's what I'm looking for. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
John, did you get +1 on your ring?
No, I just added it to my stat.
I had to reload mine. It was working before, but then it wasn't, so I added +1, and then I was at +2 all of a sudden, so...
Oh, it added a plus, yeah.
It might just take a minute to configure properly.
And then you guys come in.
I assume that John was just going to say, "No, I just took the disadvantage and moved on."
Well, that's what I was afraid of. Mine was, so that's why I brought it up.
No, it still says it still gave me a +2.
Wow!
Figure this out.
Look at that,
So
John cheating in his own favor.
I changed my modifier again. If you just click on your ability score, you might be able to remove that manual +1.
Yeah, I'm going in to do that.
Okay.
If it keeps acting up, I'll just switch the magic items so they don't add a +1, and then we can just manually add them.
So you guys go into the Rusty Mug.
The musky rug.
Yep, the Rusty Mug. You guys see that at the table over here, there are some people gambling with dice. And in the corner, you see two guys that are wearing these like orangish robes. And anyone who has ever seen a Prophet of the Sands, and you guys can decide if you have or haven't. I don't care. Would know that these guys are Prophets of the Sand.
I'm sure Roland has seen them in his travels.
Okay.
Quag has
Are they-
probably seen them, but he's never bothered to figure out what they like.
Are
What it
they
meant.
like? Yeah. Are they antagonistic or like people that
Nope.
like?
They are like. I don't want to be mean. They're a religious group that is all about telling you about the new coming of magic and gods,
Gotcha.
To be
and how
clear,
the desert will help you with everything.
Mm.
Quag knows about the Prophet of Sands, but he's never met one, so he's
Okay.
or if he has, he hasn't connected the dots. I'll put it that way.
And then you guys can see the drink menu over on the left there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'll take an elven battle spirit.
For 350 gold?
Oh, maybe not.
Oh, I had a hot streak with the cards. I'll buy the first round of was that 5 silver?
Old stinkies.
Which one?
The
fire breath? Yep.
Yeah. I'll buy everyone a fire breath.
Oh, sounds
All
good.
You can take off your money as you need.
Can I just have the 5? How much is that?
Silver.
Can I just have 5 silver instead?
No.
Maybe you should learn to drink, Circle. It might improve your outlook on life.
You start by swallowing.
That'd be 1 gold, 2 gold, and a half gold. I'll just do 3 gold and tip the bartender.
There you go. She brings you the drinks, and like I said, they're gambling at the other table. A little rowdy. The Prophets of the Sand. One of them's kind of looking towards your group, and the other one's looking at the people gambling. And for those of you that encountered, you're like, oh Jesus, here comes the pitch. I'm sure. Like,
oh yeah, dirty heretics they are.
And one of them gets up and walks over to your table, and he says, gentlemen, how are you doing this evening?
I'm gonna take my holy symbol and put it on the table. We're doing just fine.
Excellent. Oh, and a follower of Reyes, right?
Reyes, yeah.
Travelers.
A follower of Reyes. How lovely. How lovely. I'm glad that she's
for a
still.
drink.
Oh, that would be wonderful if I could sit down.
No, we don't know. It's okay. We don't. No, there's no room.
That's-
We have another. We have another person.
That
We
was
have another
not very
person coming.
hospitable there, Roland.
Roland, I do not believe you understand it is our new friend's time to buy.
As you guys are talking to this guy,
that makes sense. Yes.
you see the other one going over to this table, and the guy with like the wolf pelt on his head just points his dagger and goes, "Go back." And the guy's like, "Oh, yep."
I do agree with the sentiment of the big wolf man, but it's fine.
And you guys notice that like as he's talking to you and doing this stuff, like his left arm has like a robe that comes down over it, and he's only gesturing with his right hand. You see that the other guy has 2 short robes, and you can see both his hands.
Why your friend doesn't have weird hands, Stinky?
Oh, he has not made the pilgrimage yet. Oh, would you like to make the pilgrimage? Oh, it's wonderful. It is the greatest thing that you will ever see.
Yeah, show us your hand. Then they'll see.
Yes, of course. And you see that he pulls up his robe, and from his hand to his elbow is purple covered with scales, and it has these black fingernails on the end. And he said, "Isn't it lovely what the desert gives? It knows what you need, and it gives you what it need."
No, that's very strange.
No, it is wonderful. You should come on the pilgrimage. In fact, Brother Ute over there is coming with me to go on his pilgrimage.
You should probably tell him not to go.
I've seen disease and such like this. It's better to
remove it forcefully
Oh,
no,
before it
this is
expands.
Yeah,
not me.
Quag will cut your hand off for you.
This
That's
is the
fine.
blessing of the desert.
Oh yes.
Like
that-
when you take your pilgrimage, you go to the edge of the desert and you stick your hand across and you leave it there until the magic has changed you.
Mm.
No, that sounds really dumb. Like, why would you do that?
And so he stands up.
I got enough
He goes-
scars and burns.
He stands up and he goes, "Well, why? Of course." And he puts his hand on the edge of the table, and you see like his arm straight out, and he lifts it off the ground and then sets it back down. He goes, "Oh, I could have never done that with my other arm. So much strength in this."
Perhaps you didn't
This
try
guy's creepy.
hard enough.
Right. You should probably do some squats and also some bicep curls, and then maybe you could have done
There's
it.
plenty of other opportunities to.
Well, I can
succeed
see,
in such fate.
that you guys are not overly interested, but I will leave this pamphlet. And he sets one on the table. And he goes, and just think, we will leave in the morning for the pilgrimage. You are welcome to join us. And he walks back over to the table and seems excited to tell the other guy.
I'll read the pamphlet.
It's like you
It
didn't
basically
understand.
Everything he just told you, like the desert will provide for you, and you stick
God.
the left hand out because you will be given a benefit to whatever. And
It's
Indeed.
like
Are there any errors in it, like spelling errors or anything?
oh, probably.
Oh, I'll go correct
Probably a
them
lot.
and then give it back to him.
it's like they don't understand you're insulting them right to their face. I don't get. Then they keeps talking. Like I don't.
He acts as if this is like a well-made table, or
Right. Like this is a crap table.
It's
I
a
don't
pretty
know.
heavy table. I don't know that you guys like. To lift it up
Sure.
one-handed would probably be like tough.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure he understands that. He's just-
Quagwin.
Oh yeah, I think he just wants to talk shit.
I'll go over to that other dice table if I had my drink already.
Oh, they're playing dice.
You
Yeah.
sure do,
Yeah, roll.
and you sure do.
I don't know if Roland would want to play dice. He likes cards better.
Okay, Matt.
Yep.
Let's roll your dice proficiency.
All right, so I'm gambling everything.
Gambling
Yep.
everything. Whoa.
Yep.
So we're gonna break how much you have left into 3 things.
Oh,
I'll roll for them. You roll for you.
okay, so it's a 2, and a 3, I guess. Wait, yeah, 2, 2, and 3.
So the
That wasn't your
girl.
dice results. That was how much money you had. Okay.
Oh, that's
Oh,
what there you go.
Yeah, I'm like, holy
I don't believe
crap.
that. I don't believe that too, though.
He's rolling like he's John.
Right. So
the
my
It wasn't like
so I
he
guess
was making death save. Never mind.
How dare you?
So the wolf guy
Rip.
only got a 4.
Too soon.
The girl with the brown hair got a
Rip.
19,
Whatever Alex's character's name.
Right.
and the
How-
girl on the top got a 22.
Ooh.
14, 12, and 4 with my plus
Well,
1
no,
for
so whatever you rolled first goes against those rolls. So that's the 14.
14, 12, and 4.
So,
Yeah.
so you lost the girl at the top. The second round, what'd you get?
14, 12.
Okay, so that round you come away with. How much gold did you have on that?
2.
So you get 2 from each of them,
Yes.
and then the last one, the girl at the top got an 18. Everyone else
I got a
is lower
4.
than her.
I got a
Okay.
4.
So you lose whatever you're going to bet there. How much you got left?
4 gold left now.
They're like, well, I mean, I'm getting kind of tired. I might be going to bed. One more roll.
Let's do it.
And the top is a 17.
14.
So the girl on the bottom actually wins the last round.
Yeah. That's kind of how it always goes.
And
All right, I'll
you
go.
walk out with
Yep.
0 money left.
Yep, I'll go sit back down at my table and I'll ask if I can get that card that Sterling had.
Did I just watch you gamble your entire purse away?
Probably.
Aren't you like the smart one? I saw you read a book in like 10 minutes.
Well, I mean, I'm really bad at math.
I see. This can be worked out.
Do you guys try to use the card here?
No.
No, I will look. Circle,
I
you
think-
seem like you're down on your luck.
Quag was ready
I
to
will.
sleep outside.
I will pay for your room this evening. We don't need to use our.
Oh, I already have a tent. I don't need you to pay for the room.
Well, then what are you doing here?
Losing money.
Yeah. Sucking.
Do you need a drink? I will buy you a drink. You look like you're poor.
I'll take another. I'll take another drink.
Okay. I'm getting him an old stinky.
It's not good, Matt. It is very, 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 very bad.
Keep the old stinkies coming for my new friend Circle.
Currency, I can change that to 0.
Okay. Well, you guys will sleep through the night. No one attacks you in your sleep.
Oh, nice.
So while you're on the road, it's every 100, and when you're off the road, it's every 50 because it's dangerous. Just so you know.
Okay. Got it.
We will go back to the map. You guys are going for the bandits, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
How would you like to get there? Are you just gonna go straight across, like boop, or are you gonna go up the road?
Well, I propose we leave after lunch.
No.
You mean breakfast, right?
Quag
Well.
is up like crazy early.
Am I able to do the thing that I texted you easily?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I assume you weren't like sleeping with anybody.
No.
Okay. Are we losing John? Is he fading to sleep?
He's getting close.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's been a
Oh,
long
you're
week.
good. Yeah. So you guys want to go up the road, or do you want to go straight across?
Let's stay on the
Still
road.
Yeah, we'll stay on the road. I
Okay.
think until that
I mean,
second.
bandits are going to be striking at people on the road anyways. So
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, at least till that second watchtower.
Okay. So, you guys gonna try to get horses, or are you going to walk it? What are you doing?
Is Sterling paying for horses for us, or
I don't know. You can try using the card.
okay?
We could have had that elven drink on him.
Yeah.
Roland, make sure to get a pony that is not tall, but do not call it a short pony.
Or you can get a horse in a cart or something.
Let's get a cart.
And Circle, do you have a hat?
So, in a
Hat?
typical day, a horse can go
I
about
don't
50
think so.
miles.
Do you need one?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, about there.
Um,
So,
Okay.
sure,
do
I'd
you
use
guys
a hat.
want
I think you should have one.
to? You could probably get to the first watchtower, right?
you know, a sorcerer is just a wizard without a hat.
Hey, most of these guys haven't seen it.
I watched it.
Yeah, Alex hasn't.
Poor Alex.
So, you make it to the first watchtower. Are you guys gonna actually camp near the watchtower, or are you gonna like be a little ways away, or what do you want to do?
Camp near it, I guess. I don't see why not.
Greg, you probably know that sometimes these guys are dicks, and like you
Oh.
camp, and they like it's one of those things where like, oh well, we watch you all night, so you should probably tip us, or you know what I mean?
He would encourage us to go a little bit further off.
Oh.
Right. I mean, you can still be near the road and stuff. I'm just saying when you go right out of the tower, they tend to nickel and dime you on stuff, and
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like
It's a service.
Quag would like try to get us as far away where they
Are you gonna
probably
stop
wouldn't.
before you get there, or are you gonna go past it? Like your horse might be a little bit more tired if you go past it, but you could probably make it a mile or so past it.
I mean, he'd be keeping his eye if he doesn't think the horse would
Oh,
perform as well.
I mean, it'll probably be fine. I mean, you wouldn't be able to go like 10 or 20 miles past it, but
No, I think Quag would recommend we stay close enough where if anything crazy ambushes
Right.
us, we could retreat
Okay.
to the tower, but not close enough where they would try to charge us.
okay.
Grandmother
so
says only
here's-
suckers pay the tower's fee.
Yes.
Yes. So I am going to have whoever feels the least lucky roll 2 12-sided for me. See, John, more 12-sided. Who's feeling unlucky?
I'm rolling them.
I was gonna say, it looked like John was.
Because
Yeah.
John
Roll
always
D12.
feels unlucky.
8, 6, and 2.
Eight. Okay. So you guys sleep through the night. The next day, you get up.
I would try to set a watch.
Oh, okay.
Like I would take first.
Who would be next?
And or do some hunting. I'll take one.
Okay.
Yeah. Roland.
I'll take a watch.
Roland
I
will
don't
take one like as close to the middle of the night as possible.
I have a real
Circle?
hard time understanding the concept of it, so they'd really have to explain it to me. But
I
I would
wanna
do
hear
it. I would do it as long as
You'd
it means that I'm not
probably-
going to die.
It'd probably be better if you didn't. So.
Quick,
Yeah,
do
it's-
any of you other than Circle have a piece of paper?
Yes, I do have some parchment. Yes.
Okay. Write out explanation for watch, fold it into 3 pieces, and tell them it's a pamphlet.
Got it. Oh yes, I will do this.
Again, I think it'd be better if we just took care of that.
Yeah, maybe he's right. I think Quag knows what he's talking about here. Circle, you get a good night's sleep. You'll be
How
fine.
long have we been on the road? This was day 2.
It's
Night
day
one.
well, day one
Night
night.
one.
I'm gonna start complaining that I haven't changed in a month.
Changed your what?
Just
Like,
clothes.
Your clothes? Oh dear.
You should change more frequently than that, including bathing in between.
How,
I
I can't
you
even.
guys start the next day. You eat.
Circle
start
seems
moving along.
very confused as to the life of an adventurer.
Mm. So what happened?
Bathing
Start
once
moving
a
on.
month is a luxury.
So there were other people that were camping near the tower.
Okay.
You guys start your next day and you start going off. And you get probably like 7 miles into your trip. And as you're coming up the road, you just see a sheep standing on the side of the road. Like there's no one around. Like just a sheep.
Does it have any markings on it or anything?
That's weird,
Not that
but
you notice.
okay.
Should we be
Look.
eating mutton tonight?
Look, Thrift, it's something for you to eat.
Yes. We can all share in it.
Not a bad idea.
I'll let Quag. You seem to know what you're doing. I'm gonna sit in the cart.
So you guys doing something with the sheep, or you just
It's a trap. So much to
Eh.
check.
I'll,
It's a sheep. Who cares?
Looks like a
Let's shoot it
sheep.
with a bow.
better off with my hands.
You're going to punch the sheep?
Well, I'll coax it into feeling safe if we plan on eating this.
You're going to coax it into feeling safe and then kill it?
Well, can't eat it live, can we?
you just
Well,
just
actually,
it's a pet.
Yeah, Quag would try to approach cautiously,
okay.
try not to spook it away.
How close do you get to it?
are we stealthing, survivaling up? I will go with him.
Oh, you can stealth up and try to like make sure you don't.
Quag is less stealthing and more like trying to calm it and
Oh, you're animal handling it.
essentially, yeah.
Okay, roll that animal handling. Roll that
I will
stealth.
help him. Can I give him
Marvin
a
is
help?
not
Oh,
interested
yeah,
in
you
sheep.
can give him a help.
I got a 15. Oh, help action?
Yep.
15.
Okay. So it's standing there looking at you. It seems like it's been around people. How close do you get to it?
Well, I want to get close enough to examine it closer to see if it has any markings, sort of like what Roland was suggesting. Otherwise, if I don't see any, I'm
Okay.
gonna try
So
to
you walk
put it down.
around it and you don't see any brands or anything. No indicators that it belongs to someone.
And no other sheep around.
No.
Let's tie it up to the cart.
Why do we want a sheep?
Thrift wants to eat it.
Fresh meat.
Oh,
I thought we would all eat it.
okay. That's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
You want to keep it alive for now? Is that what I'm hearing?
So we're going to
Unless
just,
we want to take the time to skin it and
Fair enough. I'll try to.
could do that, and then we won't be attracting monsters to our to our camp, we will have to take the time here to do it.
Or I could kill it, and if we did get a cart, right? I'm sorry. I was
Yeah.
confused.
Yep.
I could try to do it as we progress.
You guys know that if you kill it, you're gonna have to like hang it to like, you know. Well,
Drain
maybe
the
not.
blood.
Maybe not threat, but like
That's a fair point.
you might just nom, 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 nom.
For the rest of you, it is best if we gut it.
Or perhaps, yeah, we just keep it restrained until it's time to eat.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as I don't have to deal with
Tie the
this
sheep on top of the cart like it's a deer.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to deal with this, that is fine.
We just put it in the cart.
Okay. Then you continue on your way. You'll make it to the next watchtower pretty safely. Are you guys gonna go off the path before the watchtower, or?
If it's getting towards night, I'd probably recommend that we rest one more time before.
Yep.
Hanging the sheep by the watchtower wouldn't be a terrible idea if we're gonna eat it.
Well, I figure we kill it and then we cook it immediately for dinner.
Oh,
Yeah.
works.
Sure.
You guys can do that. Same watches. Who does
Yeah.
which watch?
I'll take number one.
I think I would try number 3. Whatever.
I'll go
that
number
would be.
2.
All right,
Okay, and
I'll
then
go 4.
Thrit gets the morning. Okay. So that night you got the sheep. You eat it. Anyone doing anything? Anyone got any plans?
Probably not. I don't think so right now.
Okay.
Morning.
Morning.
Kill the sheep by taking a bite out of its throat. By the way.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, threat. Okay.
That is horrible. But I mean, for him, really good.
Yeah, I bet it's good.
Okay, so the next morning, you're leaving the path. I need one more roll of 2 12-sided.
I did the last one. Somebody else.
Yeah, who's going to screw?
14.
14.
9 and a 5.
9 and a 5.
Wait, so that was just a sheep? We just ate?
Yeah, it's just a sheep.
Anybody wake up with the trots?
No.
Don't worry.
no,
I'm sure that it's like a demon sheep that has now like
possessed us
infected
all.
us. in
Yeah,
some way.
right. We have slot babies in us.
It is
Right.
Bill.
Needs everyone to roll a d12.
You guys kind of head off the road. You find like maybe some sort of trail that you can kind of get the cart over and stuff. And off in the distance, you see 5 travelers, all on horseback. You guys can make perception checks. See what you can see.
At disadvantage.
For you.
Dirty 20.
13.
16.
Ooh,
18.
look at that. And I assume John's is in the...
21 for John.
All right. What?
21.
So you guys see off in the distance on horses, the Nightmare team, which is the horse ladies team.
Yeah.
There's a
horses.
elf male wizard, a gnome female warlock. I don't know that you'd be able to tell that, but a swamp lizard man, female barbarian, a halfling male fighter, and a gnome female cleric. Atop their horses / ponies.
And there's like across the path, or where are they?
They're actually already out in the field ahead of you. It looks like maybe they left the road way before you and are coming like kind of across the land. You also notice that they're maybe a little bit more worse for wear than they had been before.
Interesting.
So they've
And
been
in fact, the 2 gnomes probably are riding one horse.
Oh.
And you don't know if it's because they lost a horse or because they're just riding together because they're little. What would you like to do?
I guess we'll approach them.
It might be worth talking to them. It's not like we're necessarily in opposition.
Right.
Right.
And we all got different quests, is my understanding.
Right, and they might have some books that we can borrow.
Sure.
So you guys start riding up, and you can see they start to notice you, and it looks like they're like about to run until one of them like kind of like reaches out and is like, no, and they'll start going towards you.
Okay.
Hello, we are the Weckirk Wanderers. Weckirk.
I think they know who we are. It's
The elf like kind of rides out ahead of him. He's like,
Who we are?
oh yeah. We know you. I am Cult. This is, and he points at the like gnome warlock and says, this is Havy. Points to the swamp lizard man and says, this is well, honestly, we've just been calling her Matilda because I can't say her name. And she doesn't really speak a whole lot of common. Hold on a sec, guys.
Sounds difficult.
You.
Sorry, I had a kid interrupt. He points to the halfling and says, this is Gals. And then points to the other gnome and says, and that is Tavi.
I'll ask the swamp lizard folk what her name is. In lizard.
Right. She responds with like she says this long like consonants and vowels and stuff, but basically it translates to surprise from the water.
I look at her companion and say, her name is one who shits too close to the camp. It is a very common name for amongst the swamp people.
And Cal goes, yeah, she didn't say it was Matilda, so maybe we'll just keep that.
I'm sorry, what?
Says, we'll probably just keep Matilda because I don't think I can say that.
Let's see, you know.
Where are you guys off to?
Adventure.
Yeah.
Yes, us too. We lots of adventure.
It looks like adventure found you. What has happened?
I was gonna say, what's for where?
I don't know exactly what it was. It came out of the ground and started charging us. We really didn't seem to be able to stop it, so we left one of the ponies, which I'm sure she will not be happy about. But at least we survived.
You worked with the horse lady.
I know what monster that was from the description.
Did you keep the book? Do you have an eidetic memory?
I don't know. Probably not.
Circle's got his, big picture guide of.
If only he
should have.
With it.
Could have taken it.
Right, I should have taken it.
Yeah, you should have.
Would have read through it once. I wasn't the best student.
We did get away. I mean, we tried to stop it, but like it was touch and go there. So we just gave it what it wanted, food.
What did it look like?
It's
Further down the way there.
We have only encountered a sheep. There was not much adventure in that.
No, but safer. They described some sort of it would seem like a giant spider, except that they said it had scales on it.
It has met with prophets of the sand.
No, I'm pretty sure it wasn't them.
Stinky bastards.
And then he's like, oh, where are you off to?
That direction.
Oh, okay. Well, we have to go to the lake. There is a small island on it, I guess, that we have to explore.
What is this island?
It's out, and they'd probably describe like where it is.
Oh, okay, so it's in the middle of this lake.
Yeah. Yep. And so it's like over here.
Interesting. Well, we are headed that way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you'd like to go with it, that's fine.
Oh, no, I don't know about that, but we're headed.
Well, I mean,
in that direction.
until we need to part.
Oh.
Can't hurt.
Yeah, right. I suppose strength in numbers or whatever.
Do you guys have any books or anything for entertainment to keep you occupied
Um,
when the rest of your party is standing
Yeah,
watch and you're trying to not?
Yeah, he's a great reader. He reads very quick.
not any that I mean, you know, I have my spell book, but that's, you know, my spell book.
What's all in it?
I would assume.
Spells?
Yeah, do you want to?
That's just rude.
Do you want to?
He'll show you his if you'll show him yours.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm good. And you guys start. So it'd be almost like it'd be getting dark and stuff.
Mhm.
Do you want to go at the bandits that night, or do you want to find a place to camp before that, or?
Perhaps
It's probably worth finding a place to camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
if
then we
set
will
up a
stay.
camp, we could, a couple of us, take a look at night. I don't know how far away we are.
Yep. So I would say, I mean, you guys could set up like camp there or something, and be like a couple miles out from them.
Okay.
I mean, that's probably more than a couple miles, but we're just gonna say that so that
Yeah.
you know I know where you guys are.
Mhm.
And you guys set up camp with the nightmares.
They stand and watch.
And I'm gonna stop there because there's no possible way we'd get through all this.
Fair enough. Yeah, I was gonna
In-
say I
in
have
30
some
minutes.
questions for him.
Yeah, I mean, you guys want to talk to them, that's fine. But
Yeah, I think I would. Like, it was. Is there anything weird about Melda? She's.
weird. I mean, she really likes horses.
Oh, I mean that is a little strange. That's
No, like we like she was very adamant. Like we could die, but the horse. She's
you
probably not
think
gonna be happy that the pony's dead.
so. Like, she thinks she likes horses. Or?
No. I think she
Lakes.
Oh,
values them more.
That's awesome.
Is that mine, Josh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I gotta get
Nice.
Josh's.
nice. That's cool.
Yay!
And-
that was cool.
It actually rolls.
Roll.
Oh
Nice.
yeah! Amazing.
cool.
I'm gonna have to
Love it.
swing by.
Very cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah, Kyle left some other goodies as well.
He said he was going to.
cool.
What is that?
That's the gelatinous cube dice jail.
Yay!
Very cool.
A bag of holding.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Oh,
Is that a mimic?
Nice.
Oh,
Mimic
I
chest
love
dice
that.
jail.
Very
That is
cool.
awesome.
Cool.
Man, I got some goodies to go pick up.
All right.
I bought a hibachi grill today.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
dangerous.
Why
Nice.
dangerous?
Because that's probably all I would ever eat off of ever.
Oh, for sure we're gonna eat off it a lot. For sure.
I probably
putting it
gained
together
20
tomorrow.
pounds.
Putting it together tomorrow, and I'll probably use it tomorrow.
Nice.
Matt, I'll probably try to plan a trip up to you to grab some minis
Oh, right. Yeah.
this next week. I don't know what you're.
Any day but Wednesday, I think, should be good. Well, Tuesdays are always busy, but
That
Wednesday
one.
is my son's birthday.
I'm out chair.
It's the timeout chair
For dice.
for dice.
That's pretty cool.
That also comes with the dunce cap.
Nice. That's amazing.
That's pretty sweet.
Fun.
So I'm gonna put some facts out here for you. You guys did not have to end up with Sterling. Like it was one of those like I wonder what 3 they'll pick, and depending on which ones were in there. Like there were some definite choices.
The real question, and you don't have to answer this if it gives too much away, is whoever we ended up with, were they going to point out things not right with the others, sort of thing?
No.
Oh, it's all different storylines.
Yeah, it's all different. I had something for the only one you weren't going to end up with was the guy that already had the team, or Leander, because I really wanted to do the joke with the girls.
Yeah,
I figured.
And to have it called lucky number 7 because he's looking for his 7th wife, I think is amazing.
Yeah,
That's yikes.
yeah.
And I wanted to do that to Matt because I thought it was funny.
It's perfect.
So
I'm surprised he even made it.
yeah. Well, you got to remember there were some like farm hands that really had no abilities whatsoever.
Sure.
So
They just wanted to be adventurers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Got some interesting characters for sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm honestly surprised you guys didn't take like the orb to get +1 at level 1. Oh, good God.
I just kept thinking like the sending stones are permanent. We can always use those.
That's true. Well,
Right.
but you also got to think roll over 5%, and then you add a D12 at most. It goes to 17, and then
Yeah, but it's
and
us
then
rolling.
and then it goes to 29. Hold on, and then it goes to 29. And you guys fail.
Yep. And then we don't have a magic item anymore.
Exactly.
How many times have we rolled a 1 in 20 chance at a failed skill roll or other things?
Like death saves?
Good night. Yeah,
Failed skill rolls, attacks.
Poor Dolph.
Yep. I don't know. I just thought that was a cool way to do the magic items.
Yeah.
Stuff's
I
going
like that a lot.
wonky. Stuff is
Because
going wonky.
if you're doing more of kind of a low magic sort of world, that's a perfect fit.
Right, because then you just
And I feel like I can give out. Sometimes you avoid giving out stuff like as an example. Not that this is the thing, but like a dwarven thrower or something, because you're like Jesus now.
Right.
Like you're super powered, but if there's a chance that eventually it just goes away,
Yep.
You're not as sold on it.
Yep.
then it's like, maybe they do find something like that. And
So I was just gonna say I may have made a mistake with the voice choice. It's depending on how raspy I go, I can definitely tell that the old voice box isn't gonna love me tomorrow.
yeah,
It'll be like an exact change con, is what you're saying?
A little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna take that roller coaster.
nice.
I decided not to do a voice for this character.
That's fine.
Of course, he's also a halfling fighter, so who knows how long he'll survive.
So initially, my thought with Quag being a turtle, I wanted to be very slow with his mannerisms and how he speaks, but I also didn't want to take like a minute to get my I know I can ramble already, so like if I was rambling slowly, we wouldn't get anything done.
So I think Bill handled the gambling really well, but I have to tell you, in the Aces and Eights game, one of my favorite things is when you use your gambling skill, you roll, and depending upon how well you do, you get extra cards. You actually play a hand of cards, but if you roll well for your gambling or your cheating skill, you get additional cards to put together your poker hand.
Oh, nice. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think that would slow this game down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You make it part of
cool.
the game.
It's definitely cool.
I tried to do it with the group I ran, but turns out Big Red Kevin is a much better poker player than the others. And Jimmy, who wanted to play Maverick, basically got cleaned out by Big Red Kevin playing an NPC instead of himself. And I was like, well, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like the idea of like decking and like Shadowrun and all that. Like, just have this whole other system
just so you know,
going on.
there is one storyline, something that if you guys come across, I actually designed a game for it. So,
oh, nice,
Love it.
That's cool. That's cool.
but
Hey, Jake, I just picked up the magic book for the new for Shadowrun.
Oh, sweet! I still gotta get the new one. I haven't gotten the book yet. Is it good? Is it cool?
Yeah. Now here's the negative thing. Next week and
Magic
the
book
week
and
after,
Shadowrun.
I'm busy.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. So it's unfortunate that you can't play those. Can you not? You can't play.
No, I will not.
I might be able to squeeze one night of gaming out on the 17th.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be able to play 3rd and 10th, but I won't because we're moving that weekend of the 17th. So I don't know if we're moving. I think we're moving. I'm going to try to get moving Sunday, I think. So I might be able to play like one last session.
Again, Bill and I are more than willing to volunteer Josh to help you with your move.
Yeah, I thought it was
Matt.
We've got some built-up credit on that end.
Yeah, we do.
And
Do you have a lot of books?
I do. That's actually the entire stack of boxes.
how big a box
Right
can you
there.
put them in?
Wait, those
Like that.
boxes? That's not that much.
Well, but you don't see how deep it goes, though. It's very
Yeah.
deep.
How many long boxes you got, Josh?
Oh, yeah, I suppose Josh. Yeah, never mind. I got.
Like,
nothing
did you see
compared
his
to that.
little library room?
Oh yeah, no, that's we don't got anything like that. No.
This is why I made sure that there were at least a dozen people to help me move.
This is also why everyone in that move went. And this is the last time Josh died here.
So everyone tag teamed 5 long boxes.
Oh man.
All 12 of them.
Oh goodness. Yeah, we went short boxes this time. We're not doing long because we did big ones when we moved in too.
And then my next thing is, like, I don't know if everyone's free like the 24th or the 1st. I don't know, whatever. Is everyone possibly
Yes.
going to be vaccinated by then?
I get my second shot on the 16th, so I don't know how I'm going to be feeling the next day.
I'm going to be basically making a phone call every day next week trying to get an appointment. So
Yep.
Yeah, because everyone is eligible come Wednesday,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday, yeah.
I thought it was the 31st.
It's 30th.
Okay.
So
Josh
make
is
your
already
call.
eligible now, but
Yeah, I've checked in with
Both-
my healthcare
both
provider
of you
several
should.
times, and there's no option.
Try
to schedule.
you should call like Walmart or because I know
I'm tempted.
if you're like essential, like the doctors, like healthcare providers aren't doing essential workers, but I know my mom's getting hers done at like Coburn's or something like that. Like that's where she's going. So try like those places because they might be doing like essential worker type stuff.
Here, check out.
Does anyone
just-
else want to give Alex crap if he gets a Walmart shot?
Here's a
I'll
here's a
take
website
it
I
in an
just
alleyway. Just
Yeah,
vaccinate
yeah.
me.
great.
shoot me out. Give me that
Seriously.
belt.
threw a
This would be like
website
the
into
one
the
time
chat.
in
That's
the
a
last
good one to
decade
check.
I'd go to Walmart.